I have no idea. But I do love this chair. It's great. Ooh, what's that? Hey, a pine cone. Smells delightful. Let's get that out of here. Let's go. Man, my own bones are aching. I like going for a walk. Hey, that's a birdie. Look at that up there. I like birdies. Oh, what's that over there in the forest? Oh, you know what I could really go with? A tree hug. Wonderful. This stream is brought to you by... Have you ever been misunderstood? A puppy in a rage monster's body? Well, we here at Trollocs Lives Matter believe there is a human inside all of us. And
they were effectively genetically engineered war tools.
TLM, because even
nightmare fuel
needs love too. And maybe a hug. Hello, I am Jave Dumpkins, founder and CEO of Trollocs Lives Matter, TLM. Thank you for watching this advertisement. Aw, look at that little guy. Look at that little poopsie whoopsie. He's a cutie patootie, isn't he? Look at her pet. Oh my God! The cut. Karn! Boy, they had to do some last minute setup. What's up, sort of? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I actually think the more people see this, the better. So I think that's cool that you're seeing the same thing as we're seeing, completely independent of us seeing it, because it means that we're not insane. So I think that's great. And it doesn't matter. Credit doesn't matter. Like, it's just the fact that we all can see that they are destroying this great piece of fantasy freaking writing, one episode at a time. If you can't tell that how I feel about this episode from that little rant, yeah, episode 5 was right back to where we should be with Wheel of Time, the show, which is garbage. Pips, how are you?
Well, I was doing better before we watched that. That was I mean, obviously we all knew that last week had an uncharacteristically good episode. Not that it was great, but it was actually like watchable. Didn't make me angry. Got more things sort of right than it got like catastrophically wrong. Right. But we knew that this episode was going to be a return to form, if you will, and
boy, did they not
everything
disappoint.
Yeah.
It was funny because we were watching it. Again, we were hanging out in Discord watching it, but also behind the scenes talking. And basically, this was just like another, I guess, filler the episode. Like, it was like more just. And man, were we so right? Rand got cut to hell.
Yeah. While simultaneously like barely being in it. I mean, I'll say straight up that
that's what I meant.
Bold end of the episode. I mean, sure. Egwene shows up. Rand is just I think what level of YouTube demonetization are we trying to go for?
Go for it.
Can we use adult language?
Go full fire. I did
Egwene
just tweet
shows
it
up
out
and
too.
Rand is just getting head as she shows up, which is hilarious.
Yeah. She's just going down, giving him a handy, full on, just gurgling on the balls. Yeah,
I mean, pretty.
I mean, she's got a face full of Rand right at the end of the episode. It's actually interesting, but
which really is subverting expectations for this show, to be honest, because we know from the season 1 episode 1 script, right, that all of the sexual encounters are supposed to be for their woman's pleasure. That's the Rafe Judkins way. And
well, we did get our allotment of horny in this episode, so it's good to see that we didn't lose the Two Rivers horniness. For an episode where not much happened, there's actually quite a bit to unpack. I do find it funny that Perrin only dreams about blacksmithing. He's not actually blacksmithing, and he only dreams about Perrin dreams about being a good blacksmith. He also dreams about an axe that he, I guess, will just make now. And Perrin also can't see Egwene in a dream, even though he is arguably better in the dream than her at this point. But
so if we're going to talk about the dream sequences here, I do think that it's important to point in that, like, if you ever gave a shit about establishing any of these characters outside of Egwene and Moiraine and the other girls, that would have been the perfect time to introduce that, like, Perrin actually also
Perrin should have saw her.
Kind of dream walk, if you want to say. He should have just looked up and, like, recognized her.
You don't even have to have her say anything. He doesn't even have to say anything. He can just look at her and be like
he should have kicked her out of his dream, right? In fact, a better dream, if I was Rafe Judkins, and I was trying to actually establish what he's allegedly trying to establish, Perrin should have had a dream that was focused on his relationship with his wife, right? The dead wife that he's supposed to be mourning. So it should have been him, like, grieving his wife. That scene where it was Perrin at the cherry blossoms and all that stuff about his family. It should have been something like that. Egwene shows up, and then you see Hopper there. Maybe have Hopper look at her, and then Perrin looks at her, and Perrin just, like, waves his arm, and she gets kicked out of his dream, right? That would have shown that he's mourning, right? He's still, like, kind of processing these emotions. Also, he's on his own journey, right? This is just one of those things, like, they can't help themselves but trip over their own stuff, right? Like, it's just such a wasted shot. The same thing with Elaine. Just, I'm interpretive dancing and oh my goodness. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's wild, right? It's just they don't get anything right. But real quick, so let's see who we got. So Amber, sort of the pen, is here. Good to see you. Thank you. And like I said, I know you guys were talking about before we started, but yes, I don't really. It's fun to know who said it first. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it'll be you, sometimes it'll be Pip, sometimes it'll be Emporio, sometimes it'll be Dane. I actually think I like it more when independently we all come to the same conclusion without the other's influence, because it means that we're not making it up in our head. When something like Kalendor or Kalendor like thing shows up in a dream sequence in one of the people's hands that should have nothing to do with Kalendor, and we've independently got there on our own, I think that's a good thing, rather than being influenced by the other's ideas. So I think it's interesting that you have come to a lot of the same conclusions with that as we have. But Dovey, good to see you. What are we doing up so late? Well, Pips has dragged me here again. No, that's not true. Grifter, good to see you. Max, what's up? Jimmy, good to see you here. Jeremy, always a pleasure, sir. Let's see here. Max is here as well. And we're getting a full house. Alex, good to see you. It's me. I don't know what I'm doing here. Icarus, good to see you. Teresa, as always, good to see. Mule is here. Mule, Thunder Cuddle reporting for duty. That's me, apparently. And yeah, so I don't even know what to say other than it felt like filler again.
No, I completely agree. It's honestly this episode is just a return to the, like, simultaneously super boring. The first, like, 2/3 of the episode, I feel like almost nothing happened of, like, relevance. So we see, like, okay, they arrive at Cold Rock's Hold. A bunch of White Tower politics that Robert Jordan was smart enough to realize that nobody wanted to see and did not need to be explicitly spelled out. And so he didn't write, but apparently Rafe Judkins and his crew, they're going to be able to write it and do it proper credit there. We have weird Two Rivers shit that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is Alana there? She gets into a fight with her warder where he says, "Why are we here?" It's like, just, what the audience is thinking. Like, a whole bunch of nonsense happens. Egwene is the bestest ever at dream walking, and by that I mean at ripping off the movie Inception.
Yeah, like yeah, you called that immediately. It's like, oh, we're doing Inception. Okay, great. And it's like, yeah, we are. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's and then we finally get to like the actual plot stuff that's actually happening, which is, I guess, Egwene dream walks into everyone's dreams, which is okay. Like,
She's just the best.
think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. So she's finding out Rand's dark secret, according to the sort of tagline for the episode, right? Which is literally a thing that they made Rand do in the show that he never did in the books, and is not consistent with his character. Like, he never fell for Lanfear, right?
Nope.
Knew who she was immediately, in terms of her actual motivations. Never trusted her. I mean, he fell for Selene when he was probably being under the influence of light compulsion, right?
It still ended up resisting it to a point.
And still
right?
ended up resisting. Yep.
Yeah.
But so this whole setup that now they're like paying off with, oh, she finds out about it, which is why she goes through the dreams and ends up on his. It's just them cleaning up their own messes. Like, if they had not done that bad mistake in the first place, then they wouldn't have to waste half an episode on her dream walking into Rand's dream to watch it. It's this whole show does this.
And also, like, one of the comments, and it was funny because, again, we're talking behind the scenes while Discord chat is sort of flying by while we're watching the episode together, right? And it's funny. It's so funny when it happens when we say something to each other. Like, we'll just say, for instance, why are Suwan, Leanne, and Varen doing the Black Aja investigation while Nynaeve, Elaine, and Matt are doing the Black Aja investigation? Why are we mirroring? Why do you have the girls doing it if you're also doing it? What is happening? Like, why is it necessary to spend a whole part of an episode basically rehashing what the girls have already done? And then Suwan basically setting a trap for Lyda, which, of course, because she's an idiot, she falls for, kills a person in cold blood, and then Suwan apologizes to her. And me and Pips are like, what? She's obviously, your trap worked. She's Black Aja. She just killed with the one power. Like, she's Black Aja. What do you mean? Why? What? Why are you apologizing? I don't understand. Like, I still don't understand what Suwan thinks. Like, I don't get it.
So the argument to be made, and I think they brought this up in the Discord, right, is that, well, the exception to the one power as a weapon, save your own life, the life of your warder, or against Shadow Spawn or Dark Friends, right? So it's like, oh, well, they're Dark Friends. First of all, I think the show actually removed that part of the oath. The show didn't include that in the oath that has been shown in it. And second of all, there's still the additional problem of, like, yeah, sweet, still murdering a captive.
You're murdering a captive. Who could still have information. Why did you murder her?
Also, side note, just because it's never been clear, are these women stilled?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the same thing. Can they not channel? Did they still them? Did we skip that scene?
Because there's nobody holding a shield, and apparently Aes Sedai don't know how to tie off weaves.
No, it's a long forgotten thing. Remember? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So there's no one holding a shield. I guess that means that they were stilled, which we never saw happening, unless we're supposed to believe that Moraine stilled them in that sequence. Except no, that's not really what happened either. So they're just sitting there, and if they were stilled, then they actually could now betray the Black Aja, and they would to save their own skins.
Well, and then she's so adamant. She's like, "We'll never give up our sisters in the Black Aja. We are loyal to the Black." It's like, no, you're not. Actually, it should be the opposite. Like, I don't know that you'd give them up what you know, but it's good when you like. It's just competition. Like, loyalty is not like a big fucking thing for Black Aja.
No, they're not. And to be honest, again, their strategy, and we saw this in the books, is not to be like, I will never tell you anything. Their strategy is to pretend to cooperate while telling lies. Right? So they're going to sit there and pretend that, hey, I'm telling you the truth in order that you don't sit here and kill me and torture me and shit like that. Because I'm not going to take torture and death to save these bitches that I don't care about. Like, absolutely not. You know.
Yeah, it's better if you catch them because it makes me better. So if
Yeah.
I can give them up without, without looking like I'm giving them up, then that's better for me.
Yeah.
Them getting caught and roasted like Leandrin is better for me.
And-
What I'm shocked is we got no Leandrin this episode. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
That is actually that's maybe, I mean, that's a huge swat or switch.
That means we're gonna get a full
episode
episode of Leandrin next week.
Yeah, next episode is gonna be Tanchico and Leandrin for sure.
Oh boy.
The other major thing that they did this episode is that they retconned from literally last episode and the episode before that I guess Swan totally trusts Varen and Liane to investigate the Black Aja. After all, she said that she didn't, but she does because she uses them and they're doing the whole thing together, which I guess means that she also lied when she said that she couldn't trust them to do the investigation and couldn't use them. And now we
trust them quite a bit. You're right.
Yeah, we get to double rainbow the Black Aja investigation. So instead of the books where the Black Aja investigation was like the thing that they gave the Supergirls to go do so that they would have something to do and develop their characters. No, we're going to develop Swan's character and use more screen time.
Oh god.
Everything that they were finding out and investigating there could have been, Elaine and Nynaeve and okay.
Yeah, they did. It was nothing. They discovered nothing.
Should we just get into this and start going? This is already going to take long enough.
So we start with the we've seen it. We saw it. We've gone over it a few times. We start with the Pebble of Coom. We also see once again. Oh gosh, I can't find the tab. There it is. All right. We also land Shadow steps his way up here. He just warps up there when she's in trouble. Oh, that's the recap. God, fucking. Sorry, the players so bad. Sorry, go ahead.
This scene served literally no purpose other than to drain the show's CGI budget, right?
Yep, exactly. Nothing of value came from this, other than Pebbles.
It wasted a minute.
Yep.
Wasted a minute of runtime. Yeah.
She made some sand art. That's about it.
I legitimately I think this would be a legitimate question for people who are standing for this show. Like, what is the purpose of this? Like, everyone acknowledges that the overall runtime constraint is a huge issue for this show, right? That, like, even if you wanted to just adapt the books and not shove in any of your own shit, 64 episodes of an hour long was going to be a very hard challenge. And we've talked for 2 seasons now about how, well, it's impossible when you keep stuffing your own shit into it. But in that context, like, how do you justify this scene? Who possibly can justify this scene?
and you said it when we were done. What, she just wanted to play with her new toy?
100%, yeah.
She just wanted to have a lull and try it out. She just like, oh hey, I have a new toy to play with. Yay.
Grifter 23 is probably correct.
What did he say? Sorry.
It's her contract, minutes per episode.
Yeah, I think I think that's probably dead on the money. I think that's probably right. It's, that's she needs to be in so much of it. Rand, of course, Joshua, of course, did not sign that same contract.
Apparently not. No.
Therefore, he gets blowies and with his back to the screen. But yeah, so she does some interpretive. She makes the Umbrella Corporation logo in the sand. Maybe this is foreshadowing that Loyal will have the T virus. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not sure where everybody went. I'm not sure why she chose this rock. I don't know how Lan got there, but too much thinking. What can I say?
Just look at the pretty female empowerment scene that's in front of you. That's all you need to think about, is that it's a strong woman on camera, and just turn your brain off. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess yeah. Fuck. You're right. Let's see. Loyal is still in the show. Yeah, he said something this episode, didn't he? I feel like he said something from the background. I could be wrong.
I don't know if it's you or me. I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Did I do something?
I don't know. I don't know, Chad, if that was if you guys could hear him or not. Sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't. It's not important. I don't remember. Okay. So we're just gonna move on. I got so many windows open. I should probably close some. Yeah. I don't think that's really affecting it, but Land shadow stepping. Yeah, Land shadow stepped up to the to the rocks because he was like, it's not like that's a trudge up that like you saw that rock formation. That's no small rock formation, and she's just
apparently that's a normal warder sort of thing. Is that like do you think it's a once per day sort of thing, or is it
I mean, that's pretty powerful, man. I don't know. Like, I hope
how
it's
often
once
can
per
he
day.
Teleport? Because we see Maxim do it later in the episode too. And
you know what? You're right. I didn't even think about that. He does.
The chat pointed out correctly. He was like, "Oh, you returned to the bond after the first 5 arrows, or 5 arrows ago." And it's like, so he was just waiting for her to take a few more arrows before he intervened. And my response to that, I was like, I mean, can you blame him? Like the poor guy.
Well, also, but you're right. And he also teleports. Like, I thought you were on your way to Tanchico to hunt down Leandrin. Like, were you just taking a nap or something?
He left like an hour ago. He should be like miles away.
Yeah, he's gone. But nope. He couldn't leave without taking a nappy first and saying goodbye. Yeah. But yeah, so we have, of course, we focus on Rand for a second, trying to fool everybody into thinking Rand will be a part of this episode in any way. And then we go to, of course, the main character of the show, second lead, Egwene, and we talk to, of course, the wise women. So Egwene can be an expert dreamer in 5 minutes or less. She took the dreamer course, the advanced dreamer 101, where she learns to dream in 5 seconds flat.
Well, you guys actually missed, and this will be in the X-ray content that they'll have kind of between the episodes. But it's Egwene going to University of Phoenix Online for dreamwalking,
right?
And so she's actually she's a Phoenix. And that explains it. So just watch the X-ray content, and you'll understand the story. I can't believe the number of times. And you know what? The funny thing is, we're laughing about like how quickly she became Master Dreamwalker to be able to escort someone else into somebody else's dream. So she could take Moraine into TEL'ARAN'RHIOD and then into a personal dream and help her not be controlled by the dreamer whose dream it is, right? She came in and like was able to just have a conversation with her instead of just being sucked into the dream and turned into an aspect of it. So
Yeah,
we joked about that happening in like 2 minutes, and yet still more training and development than all of the other main characters combined in the entirety of the show. Rand got what, like 30 seconds of sword training with Lan in an over the shoulder shot from Moraine's perspective while she and Egwene talked last episode.
Yeah, it's true. Like it's crazy. And then like, so are we supposed to? Are we? Yeah, she is just an expert, Alex. You're right. And but from this line from Avienda, I cannot teach someone unwilling to learn. So are we saying that because Rand insists on using a sword, that Avienda gives up? It's like, well, Rand wants to use a sword, so he's not willing to learn the Aiel, even though he's like asking questions and he's interested in things but he won't listen to me. I told him not to use a sword, so fuck him.
Well, also, I mean, she actually touched a sword. So, I mean, I don't even know why we're listening to her on Aiel Customs. Remember how she had to have Layman's sword like wrapped in cloth and couldn't touch it? Even the Aiel couldn't even touch it to like pry the jewels out of it, right? Like it was like this massively valuable thing. When Rand took all the jewels and gave her that back, it was like, you gave me something so much more valuable than I gave you, because this sword was basically worthless as a sword to the Aiel because nobody could touch it or really even wanted it. It was trash. Meanwhile, she just grabs his sword and just tosses it. No big deal. Sorry, we can't talk about last episode or we'll never get anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on here. I wish I had this in VLC, but we'll do the best we can. So yap. Avienda being a baby. And I'm pretty sure, as Amber had mentioned earlier before we went live, I think that this shot sort of confirms that it will be Avienda with Kalendor. So Avienda is going to probably dreamwalk and grab Kalendor in a dream and use Rand's fire sword, and then she's going to be like, "Oh, swords are cool now, Rand. We can be friends. Let's fuck," and then they're gonna fuck.
There's zero chance that Rand gets anything other than Lanfear. I think. I don't think he's gonna.
We'll see. Yeah,
yep,
you could be right.
I don't think he's gonna get with Elaine or Avienda.
Well, especially because we went on a magical boat ride with Elaine and Avienda as they cuddled and did Titanic.
Yep.
She put her finger up her bum as she was doing the interpretive wind dance. She was trying to be Aang, the last Airbender.
I don't even think it was Last Airbender. I think it was literally they went to like an art school and they just grabbed some like modern dance person and they just said, just 30 seconds, just do whatever you feel over there, and then we'll CGI in around it. It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Amber, do you have DMs on Twitter? I know I tried to send you something, but I don't think you have it active. But never mind. That's not for here nor there. So welcome to this is the Desert Stronghold in the Rings of Power, where the evil magician is in the desert with his Power Rangers. Oh, wait a second. This isn't that place. Sorry, this is Cold Rock's Hold, which it's not the worst. It is the same. I think this is the same set for Rings of Power. I'm almost positive.
I mean,
it's pretty close.
Makes sense from a hey, we're trying to launder as much money as possible, not spend it. I will say, in a better show, this would be a good
It
Cold
would be
Rock
fine.
Salt.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I
no
I
issues
don't
with it.
mind it being Cold Rock Salt. I just the funny thing I found was it. I think it is the same set as Rings of Power. Just they
Yeah.
remove some things.
They establish that the sister wives, they bang.
Yep, she bangs. Yep, she bangs. Not Rand, but Ruark is she banging. Not Ames over here. Not Amis. I'm sorry, I always want to say Ames. Not Amis over here is like,
Yeah.
let me get in on that action. I meant on X. I wasn't sure if he had instant messaging on X active. That's what I meant. Let's see here.
There was the line from the books. They did the roof misses, let me enter the hold, and like, oh, you can, shade of my heart, all that. It's like, all right, cool, yep. You
Yeah.
used the line from the books.
Yeah, wonderful. Rand, of course, says, "Yes, I am Kara Karn because that's how it works." Here are my ugly tats.
The funny thing is that, again, didn't they literally just say, "Oh, well, you're not the Kara Karn until the clan chiefs at Al Kerdal
Yeah.
say that you are," and
Yeah.
then Ruark's literally standing there, and he's like, "Yes, I am," and nobody says anything about it. Like, "Oh yeah, cool."
Now I'm not sure whose daughter this is, or why she's here, or why they're using. That is an interesting face. Like, why does he go psychopath?
I mean,
Like, look, like I'm not
this
sure.
this whole
Like,
scene, like, I like that he very dramatically unrolled his sleeves and then whisper talked.
yeah, I am the car.
I wish that he just used a full on Batman voice. I wish that he was just like, "Where is she?"
Yes.
Rachel.
Oh God. So then, of course, not Amis comes up and says, "Okay, it's time for Rand to not be in this show anymore. Are you ready to take over Storm of the X-Men?" And she's like, "Yes, of course." And then
Yeah.
whoever the fuck
Oh,
this
this is,
is,
yeah.
sorry.
We get into them having their conversation, and we reintroduce the fact that the White Tower is both anti-gay relationships and also
Yes.
anti-poor people. That's what
Yes.
we get here. Elida criticizes or mocks or like recalls with a negative connotation the fact that she and Moraine used to bang, and also that she's poor and comes from a poor background and is. Did I mention that you're poor?
Right.
Which, cool.
Yeah.
We brought back season one that the White Tower is a classist sort of.
Elida really doesn't like the pores. Good.
Yeah,
Noted.
yeah.
Awesome. God.
It's.
Meanwhile,
I
time
do
is
love.
ticking by. Time is just ticking away. Sorry, go ahead, Pips.
I do love the like unintentional self owns to their own agenda here, which is like organization run exclusively by women, hates the poor people, also doesn't like the gays.
How
like,
dirty of you to be sleeping with Moraine. Like, I know I did it once, but that's different. I'm rich.
It's like the people who are knocking the new Snow White movie, where they're like, wait a second. So the plot of Snow White is the world is great when it's run by a man. A woman takes over, it all goes to shit. Oh man, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, you're absolutely right. We should be having Ruark dialogue with Rand about this stuff, but no, we have a random child show up and go. With not a very good actress, but it's a child actor, so doing their best, right? Obviously, but I don't know why we make that choice, but and then of course we have to tell Suwan she's a piece of crap to her face because the Amerlin is just a pushover.
Yep.
which is crazy to me.
Also, it's more important than having Ruark dialogue and things like that. We have to have the people eating the bugs. That's the
Yes.
important thing that we
Yeah.
need
Oh,
to do.
we'll get there.
Can't.
Hold on. Let's
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Make sure now. It's important that you let them eat the bug the wrong way first. Then you make
Because he's
fun
a
of
man.
them, and
Because he's dumb.
yeah, then you make fun of them, and then you yeah. Let's see. Oh, we had no. I'm trying. No, man, we were so far off with our bingo card because none of the we all expected them to be in Tanchico doing stuff this episode, and they don't even make it.
Yeah,
They
because
don't make it.
shockingly, we expected a time skip because they've done so many time skips, and
We
instead,
that like I'm looking at the bingo card we sort of threw together during Unhype.
Yeah.
But like half of it is like Tanchico stuff, and we never made it.
So this shot, though, again, what we were talking about before, apparently Swan has forgotten that she doesn't trust any of these people. Now she trusts them.
Yes. Well, because the Vampire Queen has put a compulsion spell on her because she yeah. I don't know, Pips. I really don't know what the fuck is going on. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So they're doing the Wonder Girls storyline again. Apparently Adelius is
Okay.
she a simpleton now or is she not? I don't know.
Let's just be honest here, right? Adelius not being dead adds nothing, wastes more screen time, right? If she was just dead, right, you could have just apparently the only reason that she needed to get to the 13th depository, which is how they needed to lure her there, right, using Adelius for some reason, or not it is Adelius, not Van Dien. Van Dien is the one they replaced with her. Okay,
Van Dien they replaced with Varen, yes.
So they have this whole thing of her being a simpleton and all this shit instead of being dead, just so that Varen and the rest of them can try and lure Elida into going to the 13th depository because that's where they're holding the Black Aja sisters captive instead of the dungeon. And they want to trap her. It's like, couldn't you have just had her show up there? Like, she's a senior member of the White Tower, the Black Aja attack, everybody knows about it. Like,
yeah,
how is it possible that these people are literally being held in secret? Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's
great
because
great stuff.
It's in the secret room, Pips. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. The room of requirements. Got it.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the simpleton is drinking tea. She doesn't know what tea is. She's like, "What is this? Oh, I'm gonna eat it anyways." Okay, great. Perfect. We then get some more wasted scenes of Maxim wanting to fuck the bread boy. Because Alana thinks that Two Rivers clothes is shit. So
Elaine could recognize their quality stitchwork from anywhere.
Yeah, Dane was preaching. We were moments ago. We were preaching about the fine work of Two Withers silks or whatever, and now now Alana's like it's trash. So good night, Amber. Thank you for your input. Get some rest. We all look forward to your input on your channel. I'm gonna send you a message in Twitter here later today. So just have a wonderful sleep, and I hope you survive your rewatch in your review. So go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say this actually makes sense when you think that all of the people who have commented about the quality of Two Rivers craftsmanship and clothing and all that stuff, they're all straight. So Maxim, obviously, he has higher standards. That's
is that what it is?
Yeah. Maxim knows better.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense because Maxim is the best. So Yeah. Okay. So we have this wasted scene because he wants the bread boy. And
Which
moving
isn't
on.
he mourning the love of his life from like 3 days ago?
Hey man.
Is the
Hey
takeaway
man.
here that you know, we'll say people of his persuasion are so sexually frustrated and fixated that he's like there's just no period of mourning. He's just like, I just need to get back in there. I need, I
Like
need, I need to get back in the game.
it's gonna help him forget, I guess, right? He's just got to get it. He's got to get back on that horse, or he'll never forget him. I
Yeah,
don't know. Sure.
yeah.
Uh,
I wish Perrin had been able to get over his fake wife's death this quickly. This show would have been a lot better if they had just retconned Perrin's wife's death and just moved on.
or just removed it altogether. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's all
then
right.
we get I guess we've reapplied the ash. We get the
Oh, they
awkward
ran
run.
terrible.
Okay, we have to watch them run because oh my god.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Pause it there so you don't get.
Do I believe for a second that they're running and keeping up with those horses? No. I
Not
guess at
just
least
keeping up with the horses.
I guess at least they try. Like there's no way. They'd be so fucking.
Oh, what this casting doesn't make any sense to me, but that's
No,
hey, that's fine.
no.
You know,
Can Berlin show up randomly for no reason, please?
just stab this chick. Hey, you guys heard it here first. Us book cloaks would be fine if Fail dies and Perrin hooks up with Brilliant.
I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. Let's do it. So I still haven't figured out why she's here, but she's just here randomly.
Oh, well, she
Uh,
tells us later that she's raising an army
for what?
to fight the last battle.
Oh, okay. Did I miss that part?
Yeah,
Why?
it's you could be forgiven for not recognizing it because it was the we're in a shouting
Oh,
match
no,
right
no, no.
before the stealth mission.
I was talking about Fail, not Alana. Alana is
Oh, okay,
yes.
yes,
Alana is single-handedly going to recruit for the last battle. Yeah, we know
yeah.
that's her motivation for going to Two Rivers. Is she's going to recruit all these farmers to fight instead of going to like, oh, I don't know, big nations. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
Which
she thinks she's doing, but whatever.
it is very interesting that you bring up, like, yeah, why is Fail here? Not only why is Fail here, they sort of introduced that Fail is a hunter for the horn because it had like her hunter name or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The show hasn't really established what hunters for the horn are, though, or that there is a hunt for the horn. So if you're just watching this show, all you know is that the horn has already been found. Why are these people hunting for it?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So we then get this horrible, terrible, cringy, snarky back and forth where
Yep.
Avienda is just being insufferable again. Thank goodness. This is sort of a good shot. Sorry. And then we have we
Eat the
have
bugs.
we're
Yeah.
focusing so much on this character for some reason. Land's better, more equipped sister. Who knows more about
Well,
Malkier and everything. So
yeah,
I don't know why, but go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. It's probably going to be that, like, Land's going to bang her or something like that because why not?
Well, and then she's gonna figure out. Well, he's gonna bang her and then figure out it's his sister. He's gonna be like, "Oh no."
For
Okay.
the
Is this
makers of this
after
show,
he's?
that's not
Oh,
a problem.
is it? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's okay. It's just another. It's like drinking water. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where she goes, "Eat the bug," and then he eats the bug. And she's like, "Oh wait, no." You stupid idiot. Why would you eat the head? Like, I watched you put it in your mouth the wrong way. I
Mhm.
let you eat it, and then I stopped you. Why would you eat the head first, you dumb fuck?
Well, they have to be consistent that all the men are useless and can't do anything right. Obviously,
Yes, true.
uh,
Once
but
again, we are bringing him down a peg. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that we can't get over the fact that yes, this is literally a scene where they're eating the bugs.
Yeah, this is a
The meme. It's the fucking meme.
we're channeling our inner salty traveling sea. They are eating the bugs. Yes.
Yes. Oh man. Just wild. It's just wild. It's good. You know what?
Another good screenshot.
Whatever.
Yeah, so we're eating the bugs, and of course she's making fun of them. And of course we have the I don't know why this little redhead girl is here. Whose daughter is this? Is this the director's daughter? Uh, Julie Van Leeuwen. Who is she to the production? Somebody's daughter, probably, I guess, because she
Yeah.
really has no purpose here. But whatever. There she is. Oops, I didn't mean to open that up. So moving on. So we go to Avian or Egwene becoming the best ever. What do I mean becoming? She already is. So she didn't have to learn anything. She just knows how to do everything already, right? Is this where we get the dreaming mechanic? So
Mhm.
we put the golf tee in the side of a candle.
Yep. Yep.
I'm trying to find a picture of it. Can you accept this? What I forgot what the hell like the cringy dialogue was. It felt so clunky.
It was the thing about the Aes Sedai thinking that dreaming has to do with the power, but it doesn't. I can't channel at all,
Right.
but can dreamwalk just as well as she can, which is, I mean, that's pretty much dialogue from the books, But
Yeah.
problem is the context again, where it's like Egwene just goes first day on the job.
She's just the best.
Super
Hi,
easy,
Amanda.
barely inconvenience.
Yeah, good to see you, Amanda Pixcalis. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Just finished the episode 30 minutes ago. Not sure if I like. I hate it. It was terrible. I know I hate it. I don't need anything else.
Amanda, I would be
I actually
curious
highly disagree with that. I don't think it gives it
if
much of anything from the books.
if you want to just leave a comment on a scene that you actually like for sure liked. You said you're not sure if you liked the episode, so tell us which scene, just singular scene. You're like this one. I really like
Yeah,
this scene because I'm
curious.
curious.
I am
To
curious too.
me, I find pretty much nothing redeeming about this. The best I could say is like there was a fair amount of the episode where I was just generally bored
Bored.
and not
Yep.
particularly like it. Wasn't doing one thing or the other.
Yep.
And then
It
there's a
was
few scenes that I
boring.
really disliked.
Yep.
But
There was. Yep. I think that is both of our takes. Is it was generally just boredom. Boring the episode. We
but
do.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to hear. I'm willing to
I'm
hear the
curious.
case
Yeah.
that hey.
I am very curious, actually. So,
And,
but I actually, and I don't see much. I'm not sure where the book stuff is here either. I mean, just she is a dreamer.
I
But
mean, they arrive at Cold Rock's hold. They have the dialogue of like entering the roof mistress's hold, right?
yeah, yeah, great.
They do have like, oh, she's learning how to dream. Like they have some things that if you're like, okay, if you squint at it, or if you like really zoom in and you're like, hey, they arrived at the hold and they got welcomed into the hold by Ruark's wife, the hold mistress.
And
Like, sure, that happened in the books.
they tell her some rules of dreaming, which he instantly masters. Yeah.
They talk about how she's doing too much too soon. Yep,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. Um, let's see what I liked Avienda being bratty while eating, but then they ruined it 2 seconds later. Oh, I don't know anything involving Avienda in the show. I just don't like. I hate Avienda in the show so much.
Yeah.
She's not. She's terrible. So
This costume was terrible, and it was a missed opportunity. She should have found herself in a Damani dress.
yeah, well, and she could, and yeah, this is supposed to be armor apparently. So
Right?
okay,
Like if she had blended into a Damani dress and from there into like plate mail, and then back, like that would have shown, I think, her like emotional, crisis that she's kind of experiencing, the trauma, all that stuff. Going into a weird fantasy girl boss armor did almost nothing. It didn't even really explain the fact that like it was due to a lack of self-control and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but but see, this is, and Amanda, yeah, I this is where I go back to, I'm just pulling lines from the book and jamming them into your show around a whole bunch of nonsense. You're not going to get points with me, right? Just hey, that line's from the books and we put it in the show, but everything around it is nonsense. I don't, that to me, just I don't qualify that as book stuff. I qualify that as you're on purposefully just jamming stuff in there so you can say, hey, that part right there, we took that part from the books and then we decided to ignore the rest of why it's in the books and put our own shit in there. So so
I do think that it is worth saying that it is actually still an acknowledgement or an improvement from like season 1 to now. Whereas one of the complaints we had in season 1 was when they were doing a thing where a book line of dialogue could have been used, they instead didn't use the book dialogue, right? And I said, like, that is an intentional thing that they've done to say we're not adapting the books, right? You saw with the Lord of the Rings stuff, anytime book dialogue could be used, they used it, right? And it was like a ton of especially the Fellowship, a ton of the movie was literally lifted straight from the book. And so I think it's fine to acknowledge and be like, hey, I like that they have admitted how grossly wrong they were in previous seasons to utterly reject Robert Jordan's words and language. But at the end of the day, like in a boring episode, like that doesn't make it not boring.
Right. Yeah. So then Egwene, of course, F's off and then goes and confronts Lanfear. So apparently she just went to the Tower Grounds in the dream, and Lanfear, hunts her down and strangles her, and then conveniently the egg timer goes off, and Egwene is saved. Yeah. So more. Then we get the. Of course, we had a lot more Elida scenes than. The Elida scenes are starting to build. I don't know if you guys all noticed, but we are starting to get more and more Elida. I think next scene is going to be even more since we're okay with her murdering people. So now she's going to, like, I guess, be trusted to be involved. I guess, is that what they're doing? They're going to bring her into the. They're gonna bring her into the hunt for the Black Aja, and she's gonna turn on them or something. I don't know.
I honestly don't know where they're going from Swan saving her life. My immediate reaction was that they were making Elida part of the Black Aja, and she was going there to maybe find out other hearts that she didn't know about, because she was going to take over the Black Aja and the Amerlin seat or something like that. I honestly didn't really know where they're going. I think at this point they are not making her Black Aja. They are using the loophole of she was using the one power on Dark Friends, and they're just showing the politics that Robert Jordan knew was uninteresting. Like You don't need to see her having the conversation with the coup sort of planners in order to understand that she planned a coup, right? Like,
Yep.
So
Especially when there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you could be covering.
Mule, I think is right that
uh,
yeah, I mean, at this point, why would Elida not? Especially because Swan knows that Elida is about to screw everything up with her vote that she's calling in the hall. It doesn't matter if you think that she might be on your team and is maybe trustworthy against the Black Asha. She's working against your most important objectives with like the end of the world online, right? So you have Moraine telling her that the White Tower has to bend the knee to the dragon, and you have Elida saying that we have to cage the dragon. So you take advantage of of the situation here, and you imprison Elida. That's what you do.
Right.
But that's not what's going to happen. She's going to team up. They're going to team up, and Elida's going to betray her.
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Yep, 100%. So the Vampire Queen. So then we get the plant. We have, of course, Adelius is not as stupid as everybody thinks. Yeah. She's good enough to be part of the plan. We
also had the stacked novice.
Oh yes, the stacked novice. Hold on, I thought I had her in the screen there for a minute, but there she is.
There you go. In the back corner, you got stacked novice.
Yeah, she's back there. Oh, hey, Will, thank you very much. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Let's see. Matt, CJ, Odell, Chris Lux, Mags, and Gail Tempest are all Dragonsword. Thank you. Not good, bro. Not good. Pretty much exactly what we said. Rand is barely in it. And it's 100%. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Hips, but filler to the max.
This was the most boring episode of this season for sure, and in contention for most boring episode of the show so far, which is hard.
Filler to the max, boring. A lot of Elida, a lot of Suwan, a lot of I guess a lot of Suwan and a lot of Suwan, a lot of Moraine, and a lot of Egwene, a lot of everybody but Rand. It was not great in my opinion, but so I guess Adelius isn't as dumb as we think. She's part of the they set a trap. We don't really need to talk about this too much, but Nynaeve is barfing because Nynaeve is useless in the show. She's just Nynaeve sucks. I don't know why they've done. Oh, and by the way, apparently because it'll come back somewhere. Apparently, Egwene is seeing ghosts in Tar for some reason.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah. So whatever.
Instead of people kind of coming into the dream for like a few seconds and then like going out. So instead of seeing like fragments of other people's dreams, they're weird little force ghosts.
Right. Yeah. And then let's see here. So I skipped. Oh, so yeah. So we get this whole scene of Nynaeve barfing and them being afraid to go on deck because the sail mistress said not to because they made a deal. They go up on deck and immediately they're like, "Yeah, that's fine."
I struggle to understand how this was worthwhile to the plot, right? So we have
this is a clear cut.
Min stow aboard. Right? We have Min stow aboard.
Go ahead.
They could have just had Min. Like they could have just had Min go with them. Like they just could have had them know that Min was with them, and then you could have just cut and had them be in Tanchico. Like they've done way worse fast traveling and time jumps and things in the past. So the idea that we needed to see them talk to this is 100% just that the writers think that the sea folk are cool, which is a sign that they don't like the books. Because every actual book fan thinks the sea folk are literally the worst.
Yeah, like this is a clear cut. Just cut it. You don't need it. It's just whatever. Well, Perrin did get stabbed by a giant axe, so he should be dead, but apparently he's fine.
Well, he's going to get stabbed in the liver this episode too, so he'll be fine. I am looking forward to how they gloss over the fact that Alana gets pin cushioned with because we've established within both the actual canon and the show, right, that the Aes Sedai can't heal themselves. So
yeah, how is she
just got absolutely pincushioned, and
what,
so did
Alana? Well,
Maxim.
we're not
Both
there
of
yet.
them.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, you're getting a little ahead of yourself. We got to get through this boring chunk. Hi, Em. Glad you're catching us live from ZA. Is that ZA? Why can't I freaking
Zambia?
Well, from wherever you are, thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here. Haven't seen the episode yet. We'll strap in. I'm assuming if you're here, it's because you have similar views of us. South Africa. Well, thank you. South Africa. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
The only takeaway that I had from this scene was that Rafe Judkins is a flat earther, because when they're out in the middle of the ocean in a storm, apparently from the cabin in their ship, Elaine can spot landmarks on the shore, which means that the curvature of the earth does not exist, because you can't see land from like 5 miles offshore because of wave action and curvature of the earth.
Elaine made me laugh. Yeah. Elaine is just literally like, hey, that is the fingers of fuckdom right there. And like we're so close. We're so close to Tanchico now. That's the fingers of fuckdom. It's like, oh, okay. How do you know that? Have you gone on this merry boat ride before?
Well, I mean, to be fair, apparently they've done this trip like 4 times now, as they like went from Falm like up to Tarvalon and then like back and forth again several times. So like she should actually be pretty familiar with these landmarks at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
It would have been nice of them to at least stop off at Tyr and grab Kalendor on their way, like, you know, save everybody a trip.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah. I just so like last time we did this, I'll have to step away for a few minutes just to get her to the bus, but it'll only be a minute, just so you know.
Okay.
What I should have done, I don't know why I didn't. Let me try and fix this real quick while we're doing this. I need to give you the ability to do stuff so you can. Let's see here. It won't let me do that, so let me just.
Yeah, I'd have to. I think I'd have to go in through a new link and stuff like that.
Do you have it? No, you shouldn't have to. What is do you have what's your email? Can you type it in private, and I'll try and add you real quick. That way when I have to step out for a minute, you can do the things. That would be good. So we find out Min has stowed away because Min. Then we get the Whitecloaks, and you especially like this because they fucked up and made the Whitecloaks look like the only morally just people in the show. They have to work to make the Whitecloaks look bad. So what happens here is I forget exactly how it leads to. Oh, that's right. So Matt's mom's an idiot and is trying to distract Dane and just swipe his belt ring or his key ring. You think she'd be better at it because she taught Matt how to be a thief, but she gets
not
caught.
A good thief thing.
Yeah, that's true. She gets caught, and then one of Matt's sisters uses the power against Dane. Dane, of course, gets pissed off. They end up we'll just say it. They end up burning her at the stake.
Well, I am glad that at least Dane caught her stealing.
I was worried for a minute that they were gonna. Yeah, I was worried that they were
the most obvious pickpocket attempt. Like literally, he's facing towards you, and you're reaching your hand out within like like right next to him. Like it's just so obvious. But then, yeah, so one of the two girls, should be Bodwin, right? Channels, throws him across the room. He says, "You're a witch," and she says, "It was me." And so he believes her and takes her out. I feel like Valda from season 1 should have known that the mother would cover for the daughters, because he apparently has a special sense for,
So so that was, I found it very stupid, like frankly stupid and cowardly, that they didn't take any time to investigate, because it's clear that she's covering for her daughter. It's very, 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 very clear that she's covering for her daughter, and we just were like, well, fuck it, we're gonna kill her regardless. And this is just to get Perrin big mad. That's the only reason that we've done this, is we need to get Perrin mad at Dane, because they're still bros, I guess. Perrin's like, I thought you were a good guy, and Dane's like, I was till you killed my father, dick. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the scene, right?
I mean, honestly, yeah. We'll talk more about the Whitecloaks and this, the events that happen in this episode when we get to the climactic finale. Yes. Everybody gets stabbed. Literally, like so many people should be dead.
Oh God!
Fael is an Avienda and kills all the Whitecloaks, because every woman with a knife is a blade master.
Yes. She has these two tiny ass knives, and it's so dark. You can't, like, it is so dark that you can't see shit.
The fact that a person with a couple knives defeats like 3 armored men with swords,
trained men,
is just
trained Whitecloaks. Yes, it's insane. They don't even draw their weapons. They just die.
Yeah, but it's just par for the course for the show that they.
Amanda, did you not look? Abel and Tam are off keeping. They're off at the safe house with Perrin's family, along with anybody else they didn't want to be in the season, or they couldn't afford the actor for. So,
all right.
Sorry.
I sent you the thing in private. I'm going to try and refresh on my end here. So I'll drop that.
Yes, sir. Hopefully it works. The this episode, look how dark everything is. And we all know why they do this. It's to hide how bad the choreography is. You can almost say that there's a fight scene coming, because they've darkened up the area, because it's so dark that they're trying to hide things. It's crazy. Did it work or not yet?
It did work. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything with the video while you're.
Oh no, I'm not sure about the video, but you should be able to highlight chat at least. That was the main thing.
Yes.
At least you can highlight chat. Okay, cool. I wanted you to at least be able to while I'm gone for it shouldn't be long anyways, but able Perfect. To at least.
By the way, 84 people watching right now, so all of you guys smash the like button.
Oh, sweet.
And let's keep having this discussion here.
Yeah.
And
dark ass screen. Okay. So it's so dark, and then you're trying to figure. So you're like, well, I can't see who's here, but this is now Mascom and Alana whining some more. About
not whining, shouting.
Oh,
they're yelling at each other.
Yes, they are shouting. You're right. Shouting when they're supposed to be getting ready for a covert rescue. They're just out yelling in the middle of the woods. That's right. Where there are Trollocs supposed to be.
For people in the audience here, like a little bit of hyperbole. They're not literally shouting, but zero stealth being attempted here whatsoever.
They're talking for being pitch black in night, and they're supposed to be doing a
Yeah.
stealth mission to save people. So they're very close to the Whitecloak camp, right?
Yeah.
For them to be, they actually, no joking, is they actually are talking louder in these scenes, even though they're not shouting. They're talking louder than they do when they're whisper talking, which is most of the show. No
Yeah.
Mistress Luhan, no Master Luhan, no Luhan in it at all. Just nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so they're whining about Ivan. She's mad. She doesn't. We're getting prepared for Alana to randomly bond Perrin, because that shit is going to happen. I have no doubt anymore. Especially since she's like, "You're not enough for me. I need two men's." So yeah, that's definitely going to happen at some point.
Well, this is also where they finally realize that they actually have to explain why these two are in the Two Rivers. They still can't explain like how they beat Perrin here when Perrin used the ways with an Ogier to help him navigate it, and they, I guess, just teleported. Maybe he did his warder fast travel, and she was riding him at the time, and so his ability treated it as one person, and it just kind of brought them both there.
I think they were trying to tell us, because outside the Waygate there's footprints and the ash smell. I think they're trying to tell us that she used the ways in front of them, but from Loyal's own mouth, only Dark Friends use the ways without Ogier.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be Slayer or the Trollocs, or something else is what they were hinting at there.
Who knows, right? But it's still like, so whatever. She's just here, and we find out she's here because she's going to build an army.
Some would say she's looking to create an army of Dragonsworn.
Oh, dude, are you serious? Are they doing? Is she taking Massima's role? Is that what
I
they're
have no
doing?
idea.
Oh my god, I can
hilarious.
totally see it, because they can't help themselves with some of this shit. Like, they just give
I-
away other people's shit. It's crazy.
I do like the line that Maxim has, where he's like, first of all, I never loved anything except for Ivan. And then and you, sorry, and you. But then the best dialogue I think that he reveals is I can't watch you throw away your life like you threw away Ivan's. So apparently she killed Ivan now. Not Leandron. Not Leandron. She killed her.
It's totally her fault. Yeah. She's man. Yeah, these warders, they are incapable of taking care of themselves. Fuck them. But yeah, so she's here to build an army out of farmers with pitchforks, because she's
that's fine.
She's the most qualified for that shit. She's just taking it upon herself to build an army, because just roaming armies isn't a problem. You know what? I didn't think about it. I think you could be right. They could be making her fucking Mesima.
I mean, I don't actually think that they're going to make him Mesima or her Mesima, and I don't think that's their intent either. What I do think their intent is, or what they'll effectively accomplish, is that how Perrin is in charge of like the Two Rivers' own little private army.
Yeah.
So that's her thing now. So he's not going to be the Lord of the Two Rivers. He's not going to have all the Two River bowmen and the Banner of Manetheren and Lord Golden Eyes.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's going to be her warder, and she's going to be in charge of the army of Manetheren.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
This is the only place in the entire world she could build an army. Yes, well, the old blood is here. Okay?
Yep.
Like, Nynaeve and Egwene are strong channelers, and the Dragon Reborn. So,
and the Hornblowers from here.
Don't forget the
Hornblowers from here.
The Hornblower also.
Which does Alana know that Matt is the Hornblower, and how does she know that Matt is the hornblower.
The gossip. Oh, wait a second. She was in Tarvalin. Remember the same way everybody knows. Matt was running around the city telling everybody.
Apparently it literally, yeah. So the whole the Amerlin, like, I'm gonna squash this rumor and we're gonna solve this problem. No, everybody already knows. It's too late. The cat fully out of the bag.
It's too late. No, I believe that with the amount of fucking bullshit he was doing. Yeah, I don't think she's squashing shit. That's why it's a stupid fucking conversation the first time they have
Fair
it
point.
because, but she knows it because everybody knows it.
This is actually a good point.
Nynaeve in the show isn't even from the two. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
That is a great point.
Maybe that's why she sucks so much.
Also a good point that, like, yes, the strongest channel in the world is Nynaeve. She's not even from the Two Rivers, but here I'm in the Two Rivers because reasons.
Burnt Asherman said, "Thank you for being." I love the name too. By the way.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The answer to why Alana is in the Two Rivers in the show is because Alana was in the Two Rivers in the book. That's it.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Yeah.
They didn't have a reason because Rand isn't. They don't like they. Yeah, they don't know what to do. It's one of those things. They've dedicated all this time to Alana, and they're like, "Oh, fuck, that's right. Alana doesn't do anything in the books. Shit. Well, I guess
right, Maxim is going to kill Leandrin, though. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they argue, and she's like, "Okay, hold on a sec," and she's like, "Ugh." And Max is like, "What the fuck was that?" And she's like, "I've turned off the bond."
Which shouldn't he have known?
She's literally like, "Ugh." It's like the bond is now off. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it was literally just that, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. She kind of did a little, like you said, a little and then again, the fact that Maxim needed the explanation, it's always best to remember that 90% of this dialogue is not actually the characters talking to each other. It's just fourth wall breaks. It's it's just sitting there and having a conversation for the audience's benefit. They couldn't even, honestly, it would have made more sense if Maxim had reacted. If she had done no reaction, right? The little was like unnecessary. If she had done nothing, and then Maxim had his face, if he could act, if his face changed, and then he said something about you've turned off the bond, or whatever, right? And then she could say, like, yeah, so that you can go do what you have to do, or so I can stop holding you back, or I don't know, something. The show can't help but trip over its own dick. That's really what it is.
Yeah. We then get the fucking Lan doesn't know anything about Malkiri, so he has to be told about the Malkiri by the better and more qualified Malkiri, the orphan chick. Yes. So Lan is Lan doesn't know his people, so fuck him. That's really it. That's really it for this. That's a good shot. That's really it for this scene. It's basically just more destruction of Lan. Like this show really hates Lan. It's actually right. I mean, it seems pretty evident that this show just does not like Lan. It's actually sort of shocking.
So I think that I'm starting to come around to the idea that the overall rejection of the story, the books, narratives, themes, plot, character arcs, all that kind of stuff, that overall rejection is clearly malicious, right? That's what episode 4 showed us, that they could have done it, they chose not to. It's intentional, right? I think when it comes to this sort of thing within the episodes and like why scenes fail and why characters that they at least claim they're trying to like improve upon or develop, like why those things fall so flat, that's the incompetence, right? So the meta stuff is malicious. The micro stuff is incompetence because they just have a default setting, which is that anytime any action needs to be done, it should be a woman who's doing it, right? So that's why Lan is being exposition dropped about Malkier from a woman who we've known for like 30 seconds of screen time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it makes him look shitty as a character. It doesn't matter. That's not a concern that anybody in the writer's room ever had.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So then we, of course, after Lan gets explained, we get the, Egwene doesn't want to do sexy time with Rand. So Rand gets rejected. And and then Rand is once again, like broomed to the side. So that is the extent of our Rand scenes in this episode. Is basically Rand enters room. Rand tries to, tell Egwene she's the best. Egwene says, fuck you, and then leaves. And then that's it.
The will they, won't they continues. And at this point, at the end of the scene, I'm not even 100% sure. Like, did they just break up?
I don't know.
It literally, the will they, won't they has gotten so bad. You can't even tell if you're on the will they or won't they part of the will they, won't they.
Oh, yeah. So who knows what's actually going on there? So we then go back to Moraine, who's having a cry. This is because she's oh god. Oh my god, this is one of the worst parts of the fucking episode. She literally, okay, so Moraine literally says to Lan here. So Lan's just got a lesson in the way of the Malkiri. So he's feeling good. He's feeling like he's got some knowledge, right? Moraine literally says that let me see if I can put this in the words because it is early in the morning. She says that everything's fucked because I have to die and I won't be at the last battle, so we're screwed.
Is that basically what she said? What she said is that I saw the future. I die before the last battle, so I don't make it to the last battle, which means that everything we've worked so hard for is for naught. Right. That's what she says. So, yep.
Yeah. So because she doesn't seem to understand that maybe dying is what the pattern needs from her to win the last battle. She doesn't seem to understand that might be what's happening. She's just being incredibly selfish and saying, sorry, go ahead.
So the question there is,
true.
Does that mean that everything she's been working towards was for her to get to the last battle? Because apparently. I thought that it was supposed to be her entire life's mission was to get the dragon to the last battle.
Well, according to her lecture, when they get to the fuck shack, I thought that's what she says was her job, right?
Yeah. So, sure.
She basically says that I don't make it, so it's all for naught.
Yeah.
And then Lan says, "Let's get drunk on this piss water that the IEO make." Which you went off. I found funny because you went off because they don't know what whiskey is.
It annoyed me. It annoyed me more than it probably should. But this is straight from Robert Jordan that it's pronounced whiskey, because the joke is that Robert Jordan was a Southerner who liked his bourbon, and whiskey is a liquor made from maize, aka corn, So the Aiel make whiskey. It's just whiskey, guys. It's
Right.
not. It's a brown liquid that's called uski, and that's it. That's all it is. Calling it oozquai is just. It makes me more angry than it should. This
and they
is such a
also
small thing, but it makes
well,
me more angry than it should.
they all I don't know if it's also they're drinking it and they're like, oh, it's gross, or oh, that's strong, or oh, like they drink it and they make the face that
Yeah,
whenever you have to
moron can't handle it.
yeah, we have to do the show trope where we drink the whiskey and oh my god, it's strong. Oh. Right?
Yeah,
Uh,
moron can't handle her liquor. That's what we learned.
I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Which surprises me actually. You'd think, and sorry guys, I had a sneeze trying to sneak up on me. You'd think that given what we've been shown of the White Tower, where everybody's drinking and just banging constantly, it's basically a sorority house. You'd think that Moraine would be able to handle herself. You're like, yeah, she. Honestly, I'm surprised that they didn't have her just absolutely down it, like no grimace, just take it and say, "Oh, it's good," and then Lan be the one who like scoffed and really really struggled with it. I'm surprised that didn't happen. So maybe I shouldn't be so harsh on this scene because hey, expectations subverted. Let's see. We know she wasn't doing any research on dragon prophecies or anything. That is true. Yes. So I don't know. This scene, I'm not sure why she's sitting there holding the Sarkinen. The only thing that I can think of, if you look like what's around them, like they're kind of on this like rocky area here, it looks like they shot the scene of her using the power through the Sarkinen in the opening scene of this episode. So here, I was about to go into this. You tell me if you think I'm.
Apparently,
you
she's
tell
not
me if you
waking
think
up.
I'm right.
Oh, sorry. What did I miss?
All right. So this scene, right?
Yeah.
Where they're sitting and how she's holding the Sarkinen, right?
Uh-huh.
Did they just film this scene on the same location and place as the cold open of her doing the channeling? So,
I think so, yeah.
So she's holding the Sarkinen because she was holding the Sarkinen before, and the fact that all those other scenes have happened between now and then.
Yeah. Well, no, no. It's just because it's dark now.
Yeah, it's dark now. That's true.
Egwene will end up with the Sarkinen. She was subjugate ran with Calendar. Probably. Why not? Yeah. So apparently I'll be driving my daughter to school later, so she didn't wake up, so we're good. So of course we get drunk and we have a laugh because it's funny to be drunk. So apparently they crawled. So yeah. So taking your point, she crawled back up to the rocks apparently, and well, I mean, is there? Yeah, yeah. She crawled back up to the rocks and they to sulk. So this is the sulking rock. Okay, cool. Then we have Matt being useless.
I'm not sure why he's in her room, given that Nynaeve and Elaine are apparently sleeping on the deck.
Yeah.
Even though they were told that they couldn't be, but then they were told that they could be on the deck. He goes into Min's room and sleeps there, even though he could have the other room all to himself, and she is fine with that, even though she hates him. Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. So yeah, so
the picture of him hanging is what we're on, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Matt is just chilling. Min is like, yep. And is this where did he find it already?
Yeah, he found it, and then it's like, oh, well, good thing your visions don't come true.
Right, and we're like, yep, that's actually true. They don't come true because Min sucks. So Min is also a dark friend. So, the show is at least Ishmael's dead. So all the things that she did for the dark friends are now clean, I guess. So,
And then and this is painting with the colors of the wind.
oh, this is so now we get this is it's just wild, right? So remember, the episode starts with, at least for them, starts with them in the hold, and Elaine going, "We can't go up top because they said we can't. We made a deal." So they go up top and they go, "Oh, that's fine, whatever. It's no biggie. Who cares?" Now they think that Nynaeve and Egwene, or I'm sorry, Nynaeve and Elaine are both full-fledged Aes Sedai. So now they have the Windfinder up doing Windfinder things. She's up there doing interpretive dance and all that shit. And Sea Folk Chick just goes, "Yeah, maybe Aes Sedai, you should just forget you saw that." Okay.
When literally they could have just put him back into their cabin, or just not done it anymore. Apparently they're almost there. Literally, like 30 minutes from now, we get the land ho, and like we're already there. So they could have just kept their secret.
Yeah, just make
They
them
could have just
make
kept their
them
secret by
row.
just not doing it.
Yeah, it's just like it's crazy. It's nuts. That it's like, oh, it's a big deal, but no, it's not a big deal. Oh shit, our secret's out. Well, I guess it's not a big deal. Don't Aes Sedai, you should forget that you saw this, okay? It's like, what? Are you serious? But that's literally the scene. That's literally what happens.
Well, we also get the Sea Folk lady can sense Nynaeve's block, and and tells her, I'm sure, very insightful information that is going to solve her block for her. I'm sure that's
Nynaeve. Yeah, Nynaeve figuring out how to unblock herself is imminent. Yes.
Yeah. You just need to loosen your grip, soften your stance a little bit. It's just like trying to swing a baseball bat. Just soften your stance, loosen your grip, and just kind of see the ball, be the ball. Yeah. Problem solved.
Yeah, just go. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. You promise you won't tell? Okay, sure. No problem. And yeah, I can't wait for Nynaeve to just be like, well, the sea folks said this, so I'm better now. It's like, oh, okay. Great. Min's here. Everybody's like, hey, Min's here. Great. And then that's it. Right. Then we go to the Black Aja scene with Elida is apparently just helped her, just walking into the prison. We now have both the prisoners together, apparently in the 13th depository, because now that's a prison as well, I guess.
Yes. And this is where we talked about, so are they shielded? Are they stilled? Are they just, they're not either? They're just kind of hanging out.
They're just
good prisoners.
There. Yep, they're just there, taking up space. And this is where we get this we will never betray our oaths or our sisters. So the Black Aja Aes Sedai are more care more about their oaths to the Dark One and to their Black Aja comrades than they do to their original oaths to the White Tower. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What the fuck are we doing? It's actually the opposite. We were talking about that too.
Yeah, I mean, they, again, if they're stilled, then the Black Aja oaths no longer hold them, right? And they should be spilling their guts. They shouldn't necessarily be telling the truth, but they, what? No Black Aja sister is like, torture me, kill me. Yeah. I'm not going to cooperate. Like, no, they're going to try and save their skin.
Yep, of course.
The thing that this show has never understood is that there's only one motivation for people becoming dark friends in the books, which is selfishness.
Yep. Power.
Every
Selfishness. Yep.
single dark friend is exclusively out for themselves.
Yes.
That's it. That's the whole thing. There's no, oh, I was just misunderstood. I was trying to help the poor. All this other bullshit that they keep giving us, to include Lanfear, just trying to give power to the people and help the little guy, and
I mean,
just
and we
Age
can
of Legends communism.
and we can make the assumption. I guess that's the assumption we're supposed to make. That they're still, but like, it would have been nice for like some sort of confirmation. But so it's worse, Amanda. She slits her throat with the power.
Yes.
I'll show it here. As it's really bad. So it's right back where we've returned right back to form. It is uber boring. It's uber boring. Not much happens. The plot doesn't move anywhere. For a show that they say they don't have enough time to get a whole bunch of stuff in. They waste a fuck ton of time in this episode doing nothing. It's wild.
Mule brings up the "what about Ingtar" comment, and I will say to that's probably the best case, rebuttal that you could give to my statement about like the motives for the Dark Friends. However, even then, I would say that what we get from Ingtar is we get the rationalization that Ingtar tells himself about why he joined the Shadow, right? And so you have a revealed preference versus stated preference thing. So Ingtar will sit there and be like, it's because everything in the world is collapsing and I'm doing it to defend Shinar and help the people and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, those are the nice things that you tell yourself, but really, why did you do it? And I think that the jury is still out there on Ingtar. I think that it is likely that Ingtar was no different in his initial joining for his personal benefit and advancement. I mean,
yeah.
No,
I'm with you. Yeah.
Or you could maybe argue that maybe Ingtar is literally a exception to the rule, and that's why he is able to redeem himself. That's also possible. But I don't think that just because he says that this is why he joined the Shadow that we can necessarily believe it. But
right. True.
Sidetrack. Sorry.
All right, here we go. So here, we'll watch this. She's like, oh my God.
It's just
look at the face of, and then
just
here we go.
bam.
And slap. Pow. Bang, zoom.
I like.
Oh. Go ahead.
I like how Elida is able to efficiently kill people while Maxim and Ivan apparently got to run like 300 yards up on 7 Black Sisters.
Yeah, so she just straight up kills her. And then basically tortures. So torture. Oh, I totally forgot that. Okay, so she tortures. Okay,
Yeah.
we have to unpack this because this scene makes no sense anymore. Like, well, it never made sense to begin with. But so she's torturing Joya.
Yes.
Leanne comes in.
I can't even remember which shoe it is. But
so okay, so she's torturing her.
Yep.
And then she drops her, and then out of nowhere, a gray man shows up.
Gray man. Should have closed the door.
And not just any gray man. It's Jacob Carradine. Jacob Carradine, however you fuck it. It's Jacob.
Yeah.
So that's all we literally just picked a name out of a great character and decided to just do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking waste. Where is it? Stop like fucking doing your bullshit. There he is. So the Dark Friend comes out and stabs Joya in the back.
Yep.
Is that because we're afraid that she's going to give it up so that Gray Man's just been sitting in the cell the whole time?
So my take on that was that the Gray Man followed her in, because if you remember the room of requirements, I mean the 13th depository has the secret magic door
Yeah. Well, but so now
So,
Lyda knows where it is, and she can just go in and whatever. Like, you know
yep,
what I mean?
yep.
It's just. But so whether, but so like I get okay. So the Gray Man is just there to assassinate them, and Elida would have been, I guess,
Target of opportunity.
yeah. So
Or self-preservation. Maybe gray men, after killing their target, they just, they get to just kill anybody else they want to kill.
I guess, yeah. The use of Gray Men this season has just like all of a sudden exploded. But yeah, I don't know. I think killing Elida would have been a better just killing Elida and then walking in and killing these two probably would have worked as well. But maybe the Gray Man just wanted to see if Elida, how far Elida would go. And then
Mule's
apparently, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Mule's comment there about the implications of Swan housing them secretly. Apparently not, though. Apparently, it's known to Elida and therefore to others, since Elida's only been here for like 2 minutes, and so any Aes Sedai who was there during the attack presumably knows as much as Elida does. So it's known that they're alive and being held and being questioned by the Amerlin and Varen and Liane. They just didn't know where they were being held, I guess.
So this and let me just if like this this is another one of these I feel like missed opportunities. So let me go back to I just want to see because if that's what happened, do we have a scene of Elida walking in the door and the Gray Man just walking in behind her? Because that's what you should be doing. Like the Gray Man should be walking behind her almost and just walk into the room. But then we don't get our surprise jump scare.
Yeah.
I think that would be such a better use of the Gray Man if the Gray Man is just in the background and he just walks in and nobody notices him.
I mean, that was the conversation we had about episode 3, right? Because the exact same thing happened. Instead of having the Gray Man in the background of the shot while Nynaeve and Matt were talking, right? And having it be obvious that he was there and they just couldn't sense him. But, that's not... The show lacks any ability to be subtle. And it's because they know, like, the audience wouldn't notice that the Gray Man was in the background because the audience is on their cell phone.
True. So we then get so then Elida gets stabbed repeatedly, and so she's dead. So Elida is now a zombie. The zombie ranks are growing. So
I do wonder. So she got
stabbed at least 3 times. Hold on, let me go back. Trying to do. Here we go. All right, so stabby, 1 stab, 1. Oh, miss 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Ooh.
She gets gutted 4 times.
Nice.
So, and apparently
it's probably survivable with healing, given that it was immediate.
Probably, but I still like the amount of times we're getting stabbed in the show is off the chain. So,
but she's not Ivan, so stabs are easily recoverable. Ivan, unfortunately, you know what it is. Ivan's, everyone has like in your classic fantasy thing, like some people like, oh, you're weak to electricity, and like Pikachu's gonna like wipe you out, right? Ivan was actually his kryptonite was just steel swords. That's really unfortunate for a warder, to be honest. Probably should have picked a different line of profession.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So the Gray Man down. So apparently, so and then they apologize. So she apologizes. Yeah. What? Oh, can you unpack the plan for me? So the plan, was the Gray Man was just like they don't even really.
The Gray Man was unrelated, right? So just like in episode 3, the Gray Man was a totally its own thing, doing its own thing. Apparently, everyone knows what Gray Man are now, even though, like 5 minutes ago, it was a thing that only Lanfear knew about.
Yeah.
But we still have the whole thing of their plot was to use Adelaus to drop the hint that the sisters are being held in the room of requirements, and then Elida knows where that is on her own, even though apparently nobody else did, because even half squat Sadai
Yeah.
knew about it but didn't know where it was. So Elida knows where it is and is able to go there on her own, but their plan to trap her didn't involve actually trapping her. So she shows up and has enough time to kill the witnesses, which presumably was what they thought she was going to do when they thought that she might be Black Aja. So, like, oh, yeah, sure. Let her walk in. She kills the witnesses.
Yeah.
You show up late.
Yeah, so good. Like, I guess fuck the witnesses because they weren't giving up shit anyway. So fuck it. Let her kill them, I guess. Is that, I guess? Okay. Great. Sure.
Yeah. By the way, 96 people in the chat. So,
oh shit,
are watching this. So we need to get that to 100.
That'd be awesome. Sweet. So yeah, so that is Jacob, this special little boy. So yeah, so and Suwan's like, I'm sorry, I've misjudged you. You are a killer. And it's like, okay, great, wonderful. We then get the shot of oh wait, we got so we of course have Perrin being led into the village by Fail instead of him going leading the attack. He is second one in. We see the
He's the only one not crouching.
Yeah. So the Weaves that we thought might be like Balefire or something from the previews is just her making smoke. So she's just doing what the Whitecloak boys can do. So the Whitecloak should know how to disarm this because they're masters of making fog. So yeah.
I wonder if the Whitecloaks, whose whole thing is like fighting Aes Sedai, do you think that they would maybe, I don't know, be on guard if on a nice clear night all of a sudden a localized fog thing just popped up over top of their camp?
Well, also, all this is happening. Apparently, there's Trollocs, bands of Trollocs roaming the forests, which we've all forgot about.
Padden Fane is out there somewhere.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. We try to look. I know we try, but it's just all so bad, right? Like most of it's so bad. Like we be fair where we can, and I know sometimes I'm not fair at all, and I feel like the shows earn that because they don't they don't get any benefit of the doubt with me because they've just lied so much. But we're trying our best to be fair and judge what we see on the screen and not just go overboard. But I know I go overboard a lot of the time. But yeah, that's why we're here. So everybody doesn't think they're crazy that the show is garbage because the show is garbage. So, yeah. So thank you. Spread the word. Let's get me up there. I'm trying to get to 4K. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. But yeah, so we have the completely unprepared Whitecloaks, or are they? Maybe they're just willing to give up people. So Perrin, of course,
it's a trap.
Yeah. So Fail, of course, who is the bravest of them all, goes in first because and we get another. I think the fight scenes are getting progressively more dark because they know they're getting worse at it. So the fight scenes are getting worse and involving more people that are just don't have any motor skills. So they're making them now we have to put smoke in there so we can't see even more what's going on because I'm pretty sure we're gonna try and look at it here, even though it's like I don't have it on VLC to like go frame at a time. I will later. But yeah, it's gonna be it's just the amount of bullshit for her to do what she does is crazy. Who is this, by the way? Which Whitecloak is
No
this?
idea. Just random white
Is
cloak
this
number 7.
is this Chaya Bayar?
I literally I don't think he has a name. I mean, you were just hovering over
Yeah,
it. It
I
doesn't
don't.
list his
Yeah.
actor. He's an extra.
Awesome. Great. All right. So we're
But
freeing
they
the
do
girls. Sorry, go ahead.
they do. It had that line from Valda being like, "Oh, you want to learn how to trap someone with real power, right?" So Valda actually, again, like, hey, do you think this magical fog that showed up out of nowhere? You think maybe that means something's about to go down? So her distraction is actually the thing that triggers their own ambush, which is hilarious. The incompetency continues. Like, it's just
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, this was of course post argument because Maxim didn't want her making cover because this is
Yeah.
the best use of her skills is yeah. So she makes a bunch of fog and they're
There you go.
walking in. Want to learn how to catch a woman with real
The
power?
name's right there. The name's right there.
Child buyer. He's child buyer. Yep. I
There you
was
go.
right. So this is Bayar. Apparently, this is his fog scene. He's gonna go to. We're only. We're at the wrong place, the wrong fight, the wrong everything. Right. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I,
Uh,
I do I do want to say that again, give credit where it's due. They finally actually have white cloak costumes that are what white cloak costumes probably should have been in
they're
season
a,
1.
they're
The shoulder thing is still dumb, and they
yes.
should still just have a regular breastplate underneath.
Yes.
But like that
This is
cloak,
Child
yeah.
Bayar's outfit looks a lot better. Get rid of the shoulder pad, and it's much better.
Yep.
Right.
If they got
So
rid of the shoulder pad and replaced it with a breastplate, it'd be
Yep. So exactly. If you put that shoulder pad on his chest, you're actually there.
But you can't have breastplates because then how is Fail going to stab him in the chest with
Exactly.
a dagger?
Right. We can't have real armor because otherwise Fayo can't put her 2-inch daggers in his chest. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Perrin goes in and Child Bar is looking pretty good. Of course, we have snuck into the tent without issue because there's absolute white cloaks can't see.
No guards.
So we free the girls and we
Mm-hmm.
walk out and we see that Matt's family is going to die instead of Perrin's family because fuck Matt. Just let's kill his family too. So
That's
Matt's
mom.
Matt's mom has been
Or-
turned into a crispy critter. You can't really see it because it's so dark because we're about to have a fight, so we have to make it as dark as possible. But you guys are just gonna have to trust me. That is Matt's burnt mother. She is crispy.
I'm surprised they didn't show a close up of her chopped off hands, just to really remind everyone of remember season 1. Remember the White Cloaks being bad.
Yep. Remember? Yeah. So that was the point you made that I liked. I don't know. I just need a second, but like of you saying, yeah, we have to remind everybody the White Cloaks are bad guys. That's the whole point of this scene.
True, because season 2 made the White Cloaks to be the good guys. Like, I mean,
yeah,
objectively,
they were 100%,
season 2, the White Cloaks were the good guys, and so this, half of this episode is them just trying to again, retcon their previous season in order to now have the plot for this season happen. So,
is this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when you said that, I'm like, dude, he's 100% right. That's exactly what this is. This is just we have to be reminded the White Cloaks are bad.
Alex is nailing it with that comment, by the way. I thought the exact same thing. The two girls getting rescued, they have no reaction to having listened to their mother being burned alive after being taken out, and no reaction to seeing her burnt body.
Look,
like it literally shows nothing.
Well, all of it. So look, they're all preparing for an assault, right? This is basically supposed to be a low-key rescue mission. They're out in the forest making this fog to go make this rescue, right? They don't hear them go in. Matt's mom makes no. She just is she's quiet as a hen. She doesn't make a peep. She doesn't want to wake anybody up. Apparently, they drag her out. They cut off her hands. Apparently, we don't know if they cut off her hands or not. So we're not sure. So they at the very least, tie her up. We strap her to a fucking post. Most likely, since she's supposed to be an Aes Sedai witch and they don't interrogate her at all, they just, just send it. They tie her to a post and then set up a bunch of wood and light her on fire. And nobody hears her screaming because she's being roasted.
Well, also, and this is another thing you and I talked about when we were watching it, Valda is shown to be like a ruthless Valda guy, but can't figure out that the mother is covering for her daughters in this situation. Like the most obvious thing ever.
It's the fact that he just takes it and goes. Dane is big mad. We have to make Dane big mad and make Dane a terrible person, right? It's like you said. It's like you said. We have to do work to make the Whitecloaks evil. So what's the best way to do it? Kill an innocent person, right? Just no trial, no inquiry. Just you're a witch. We hate witches. I have to kill you. And there you go, right? So that's just work made to make Dane make him evil.
Yep.
Right. So you're absolutely right with that. So she's up in the forest making her clouds. All right.
Well, we have
I'm not dealing with it.
We have
we're moving on.
A non-fan in the chat, which thank you for being here and promoting the page views. We're up to 103 people watching the stream. So
there you go.
Thanks. Leave a comment, and we appreciate your participation. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I already got rid of them, so I don't care. I'm done with that shit. I'm done putting up with that crap. So it's okay. Go like it somewhere else. I don't need your 2 cents. Yeah. So it's fine. Yeah, if you can like it, it's okay. We don't. So Alana is doing her interpretive dance to get the
you got to show that image. Yeah. Come on.
I'm trying, man. I don't have it on. It's like we're using Amazon's player. All right, so actually we'll just play it. So okay, so here we go. So let me. So we'll keep that on. So Alana is doing her thing, and here we go. So she is doing the fought. Oh wait, yeah. So okay.
Yeah, you went.
Yeah, I went back too far. So, where's Padden Fane? Is he whispering? Apparently, Padden Fane is on his way. I think didn't they say that earlier? Somebody is on their way. I might have missed it.
They said Whitecloak reinforcements, right?
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's where Padden Fane is going to show up.
Yeah, so he's going to show up, and it's probably going to be like the dark Whitecloaks, the bad ones that have been tainted. Yeah.
Mule, it's fine. Like I've already said a few times, and we're not gonna we're gonna move on. I am not gonna give. I've tried too many times to have reasonable discussions with the people that want to come in here and call us names and shit. Like that person wasn't even like they weren't being bad or anything, but I just don't want to take the time to try to explain. I don't need to explain myself. Again, I'm tired of it. They can like it, and that's fine. That's okay. I've said that. How many times have I said that to you guys? Like it. It's cool. Just we don't. So leave us alone. It's that simple, right? So just because nobody's watching it and it's going to get canceled because nobody likes it, it's okay.
No, we're here to claim credit for when it gets canceled, but in the meantime, we're going to watch Alana get pin-cushioned by slightly fewer arrows, or rather crossbow bolts, than she has been pin-cushioned by dicks previously.
Yes, one of the best scenes in the show coming up. Here we go. All right, so here we go, and no, Jesus Christ! How long?
He does it for a while.
God,
yeah. You went back too far, but it's fine.
How long does she do this for?
I mean, too long. Obviously, she's got to do the whole thing. Yeah.
So I have a question. Does she continuously have to be doing this for the fog? She can just make the fog weave and then move on to something else.
So canonically, weather weaves are supposed to be self-sustaining, right? You call up a cloud to start raining, and then it should continue to rain because you've created the environmental factor, right?
Right. That's what. Yeah.
Within the show, she doesn't know how to tie off weaves, so yeah, she has to keep doing it.
What is tying off weaves? That is a rare talent that only who's the only one that can tie off weaves? Is it Rand?
Only Rand. Only
Rand's
Rand.
the only one that has the special talent for tying off weaves. I forgot. Okay. But here we go. Okay, so wood creaks. And Jesus Christ.
I like that she says Maxim, like
turn the bond back on, bitch. Like this is why you don't turn the bond off. Just saying.
Yeah.
Control your emotions, and don't turn off your bodyguard. Just saying. All right, here we go. And we needed Valda to give the signal.
Yep.
So thwomp, one in the shoulder. So wasn't Valda just in the camp?
Yeah, but he took a contingent. Apparently she's 100 yards outside the camp right now, I guess is what's happening.
She's incredibly close. That's how they got there so fast.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Either that or all the Whitecloaks are actually warders and they have shadow step. That's they're all.
I mean, that's possible too. I mean,
yeah.
What's Will saying here? I'm in the process of recording the episode. My brightness is turned all the way up, and I still cannot see shit. Yep, it is extremely dark. Like,
yes,
yeah, extremely dark. All right, so there's one arrow, and she, of course, does the butthole shield.
Makes a shield.
Thwomp, arrow 2.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
That's 2.
It's 2. Arrow 3.
There's at least 3.
So yeah, there's a third.
4 or 5 or so.
She got one in the arm.
She's got at least 5. She's got at least 5 in her there.
So she's got one in the arm. So Perrin is of course running around like a chicken. Happens to wander into Dane, and they go. I'm surprised they didn't hug. Yes, she's gone. Yes, KRS full Boromir, 100%. She's gonna be fine next. Don't worry, she's gonna be just fine next episode.
And it's going to be zero explanation of how she healed herself and her. Well, she could heal Maxim, I guess. She could heal Maxim, but she can't heal herself, and there's no other Aes Sedai. Again, unlike the books where there were 2 Aes Sedai that were there.
Well, maybe she'll just teach Matt's daughters how to do it, or Matt's sisters.
Varen's going to teleport in next episode. So
that's highly possible too. Yes. So, yeah, see, that's what Matt's sisters. That's exactly by accident. Yeah, that's actually She's gonna cry or something. And it's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I healed her." All right, you came. Of course, Fail is back there. We still can't see shit. I did this. What's your point? You killed my dad.
I mean, again, this whole thing has to happen because otherwise, this scene is the dude who cold-blooded murdered your dad. Is now confronting you.
How is Perrin out here? Perrin, you single-handedly started fighting Whitecloaks when they were trying to save everybody in Falme, and you're coming in here going, "I thought you were a good man." Well, when did you think they were good? Because you started fighting them immediately in Falme when they were trying to save people. So when did you think that?
When he had the dialogue with them in the town before
when they were joking about Two Rivers work. Yeah, Two Rivers work, the fine linens that Alana thinks are shit. Yeah, okay, got it. Cool. Yeah. All right. So I thought you were a good man, and then no, I'm not. So before you, bitch. All right. So we don't. So is this? So does he take a sword in the belly here again?
Does who?
So oh god,
Perrin gets stabbed. Perrin gets stabbed, knife in the side by Dane. So Dane stabs him, and then Fail does a throwing knife and gets Dane in the shoulder, which takes him out of the fight.
Just look at her, like no reaction.
Yeah.
Like Perrin is now wrestling with Dane and another Whitecloak on the floor, and she's just like doop de doo.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. We have the mini knife. Oh God, there's. Why do they have samurai swords too? By the way, can we get a proper sword cross guard, please?
So, okay. I mean, to be fair, they could be, they could have all sorts of swords, whatever. I'm not a sword expert.
It's a personal preference. It's not like that's just my personal.
But
it's whatever. Like that's just
but
my
a
personal preference.
curved sword as a saber actually makes sense for a mounted, like a cavalry, sort of thing. Sabers,
but they also don't have their lances, which would also make sense for mounted cavalry. But
So here you go. She's going to fight two guys in armor with swords drawn, which means that they have reach. They're going to attack her one at a time, obviously.
And she's got two little puny finger-long daggers.
Yep.
So what? Okay. So what is happening here?
He is stepping inside her reach while pulling his sword out of the way.
Exactly. So why? Okay. And what is he swinging at?
The funny thing is that she's
not even that tall. Yeah,
I know. He was swinging over her head before she rolled. Oh, that freeze frame is just tragic.
What the fuck is happening? Like, seriously. Holy shit. Okay, so now she's on the ground. Oh, they're sabers. Okay, they're not. Okay, so I actually don't mind these swords now that I'm looking at it. They're like cavalry sabers. Okay, I thought they were samurai swords. I'm sorry. I thought they were like land swords. So they're not. So okay, it's a little better. That one looks a little bit. I don't know. They're better than I thought. They're
looks like it has some sort of a handguard, maybe. Yep. Hard to tell. It's so dark.
Yeah, better than I first thought. Now looking at them a little bit more closer.
Yeah.
Now she is dead again. Because all he needs to do is stop and slice down, but let's see what he does. Jump cut, miss. What? Wait, her arm's right. How? Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Just
did I go too far back or too far forward?
I mean, you're not going to be able to fight Autopsy this without having the brightness turned up and everything else. Like it's,
She just kicked his legs out from under him. That's what she did.
Yeah, she kicked his legs out. Yeah.
She is like 90 pounds soaking wet, and she just kicks his feet out from under. This is a trained professional. This is a trained professional soldier. I think it's like an hour 06 or something. Will. An hour.
Well, there's
an hour 4. It's an hour 4.
There's the previously on, so it's probably like 59, or 60 minutes on its own. Yeah.
So soaking wet knocks him over. She's like 50 pounds. So now they're on they're hugging. Dane slaps him.
So he gets stabbed in the side.
Stabbed. Okay, I didn't see it. Oh, we have to do, of course, a twisty lift, which is copyright claimed by Will here in the chat. Will has copyright claimed twisty lift. So Fayo does the twisty lift here, not to be mistaken with flippy kick. Twisty lift. So she does the twisty lift, and then that's an unfortunate screen. Why is she not dead? So her back is now to Whitecloak with sword out.
That's par for the course for this show. I mean, this show is basically what happens when people watch the fight scene in was it The Last Jedi and are like, that was excellently choreographed.
This is like, but yeah, you're right. It's par for the course, but I feel like this is really egregious right here. Like she is,
because it's a 4 foot tall woman with 2 knives taking on 2 armored men with swords.
But dude, Pips, no, those are like mini knives. Those aren't even fucking knives, man. Those are like, look at the size of those knives.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing there.
And she's not even she doesn't even have the defense that she's Aiel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had that. There you go. Yeah, got it. We got to get T-bling in there too. We got to get some T-blings. We get some TLMs. Got to get the emotes going. Sorry. Got to get my money's worth. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. So now, not only does he have his sword on his hand behind her, he's got her by the throat almost.
Mm-hmm. But they're going to cut away conveniently so that she's able to get out.
Perrin has been stabbed, and now he is still swinging.
Yeah, a stab like that too. That was a pretty good sized dagger too. When it pulled it back, that was like a 4 or 5 inch dagger that just went all the way to the hilt, straight through his liver and probably into his lungs. Like,
okay. So hey, 3 minutes. I haven't got. It's been 2 hours. I didn't get a single teal super chat. Well, come on, guys. I'm gonna give myself
his
one. I'm kidding.
His like, you know, it's the same thing from season 1.
Did you see that?
No.
I have to go back. I have to a little bit. All right, let's see if I can get back. It's just crazy. The fact that she is just here. There's the twisty lift. This right here. Here it comes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
There's a flippy kick. We're gonna call that a flippy kick. Oh my god. Oh, you sent me I sent you a new logo to your Discord. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me get there real quick. Thank you, Nick. I guilted somebody into it. Oh shit. Thank you, Nick. I knew I could guilt somebody into it. I appreciate you, buddy. Real quick here. Thunder Cuddle. Is that AI art right there? For the hard work. Thank you very much, Nick. I guilted you. I'll take that one. I guilted you into that one. Nick is MVP.
Dude, we still have the entire dream sequence to go through. Holy shit.
Oh, what happened to? Hold on, I lost it. Here, let me bring it back up. We do, don't we? Holy shit! Do you need to go? Or are you good?
No, we can go. I think I might not be able to stick around for the next time on.
Yeah. Well, we could try and just get through it. Oh, he stabbed him again. She's just throwing Whitecloaks around.
Yep.
Flip. God, the girl, like, I am so tired of the little girls just doing moonsaults and shit like it's WWE fucking E. Now she's thrown a knife at Dane. Dane took one in the shoulder. Of course, the shoulder. I don't know what she did to the other Whitecloaks that they're off the field, but I find it hilarious that the only one left standing is good old Faio.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable.
Remember when I said that the show has a compulsory sort of requirement that any action development or advancement, it's done by the female that's in the scene. That's how it goes.
Yep.
So
now the Whitecloaks have, they beat them. Well, we're gonna go a little bit faster here. The Whitecloaks are defeated downstairs because of Fail. Upstairs, Maxim has come back because Alana turned the bond back on after he's already halfway to Albuquerque. And he turned around and used Shadow Step, advanced Shadow Step. He has Shadow Step level 6, which allows him to go large distances.
Larger distances?
Yeah, larger distances. So, it's questionable whether Maxim's Shadow Step is better than Land's, but they're both pretty fucking well trained. So he Shadow Steps back just in time to, I guess, take out the 12 warders or the 12. Oh, sword hand. We're not going to analyze that right now. There's going to be plenty of time for that.
Save one for your kind of post-mortem, breakdown.
So we also, yeah. So I probably need to do one at length tonight. So, so we have now the Whitecloak teardrop. It's a callback to season 1, guys, when the Trollocs were all dead. So Maxim and Alana apparently killed 11 Whitecloaks. Is that 3, 5, 10? 10 Whitecloaks.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I can see 11. Yeah. 1, 2.
Well, I think it's 10. Yeah, it's 10. And
But there's-
Eminvalda is missing.
I was gonna say, remember though, she also killed like 5 in the tree line.
That's true. Yeah, so there's more. So at least 10. We'll say at least 10. So her and Maxim have killed 10 Whitecloaks. I'm sure that's fine. Nobody in the Two Rivers is like, they're going to be completely okay now. The Whitecloaks are not going to give them any trouble. Well done. Well done. We now go back to Rand is just chilling in Tar. I'm not clear. Does he know it's Tar, or is he just dreaming? I don't know at this point. I
think
don't really care.
He knows it's a dream because it's been dreams in the past, right? He's acknowledged that she comes to him in his dreams.
So he's dreaming about screwing Lanfear because, well, he's got to screw somebody. He, of course, does not have his tattoos in his dream, which is weird, but fine. I guess that means he hasn't admitted to himself that he's the Dragon Reborn. I don't know. We can because his tattoo. He doesn't have his tattoos, so
they just forgot.
Yep. No, I know they did, but it's just one of those things. Again, attention to detail, not a thing on this show.
Important thing in that show is that it reinforces the idea that Lanfear was just a good person beforehand. Before all this stuff happened, she was a good person. She was trying to help the people, and Rand recognizes her goodness, and it's the classic like I can fix her, and then she's like, no, I'm not that person anymore, and he's like, yes, you are. I see the true you. And it's like, oh my God.
I'm good. No, I'm good because of you. I love you. I love that I love that you're bad, but I also now love that you're good.
It's truly remarkable stuff.
I have the bingo card up, but there's so much that we went so far ahead of where they got to in this episode that the bingo, that's why when we make bingo cards, they're hard to because we are so far. We think that they went nowhere in this episode. Nowhere. It's crazy.
So actual things that needed to happen, right, that they accomplished. So they did the Whitecloak rescue, which, as you pointed out, is a problem because just like Perrin murdered the Bornhald the Elder in cold blood, as opposed to self-defense against 3 randos like in the books, the rescue mission also had Dane, who's going to survive his knife shoulder wound, observe Perrin face to face as being the party responsible for killing 15 or 20 Whitecloaks in a raid on their camp, right? So they did the raid, but it totally rationalizes the Whitecloaks coming in and just killing everybody at this point, right?
Yep.
They arrived at Cold Rock's Hold and did nothing after that. That's the plot movement. They arrived at Cold Rock's Hold, which I feel like they could have skipped and just gone straight to Alcardal. I doubt they're going to do anything with the setting of Cold Rock's Hold.
They had to do the Rourke is a thruple thing. That's the whole purpose for that. So yeah.
They had Egwene started her dream walking training, but they just speed run that to the end. They do arrive at Tanchico. Could have arrived at the start of the episode and been doing the Black Aja investigation for most of this episode, but instead not going to do that.
Nope.
So they wasted a lot of time.
That's for sure. On the boat. We had to get the Windfinders in. We couldn't not. It's a clear, easy cut, and we don't.
Yep.
Instead, we make them dumb. Promise that you won't tell. Promise you won't tell our big secret that nobody knows about. Pretty please, please promise. Don't tell anybody that we actually cheat and we use the wind. Don't tell anybody, okay?
Yeah.
You promise? Okay, great.
Pinky swear.
Yeah, I don't know you at all, but promise. Yeah, good.
After you promised to stay in your room and then broke your promise.
Exactly. After you broke the deal we already made, it's okay. But just promise again that you won't do this. Okay? Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if Jordan saw those tattoos, he'd rewrite the story to make Simran cut off both arms. Probably right.
Yeah.
So now Moraine has figured out that Egwene has been training without her, to meaning she has had one dream session.
Yep.
And Moraine is pissed. She's like, "How dare you dream without me?" So now that Egwene has dreamed once, she is now an expert and knows everything there is about dreaming. So Moraine's like, "Can you take me to a dream?" And Egwene says, "No, that's not how it works." Wait,
but then that's exactly how it works.
Wait, no, sorry. Shit. That's not what she says. She's like, "Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Where do you want to go?" And she's like, "I want to go have sexy time with Suan." And she's like, "I should have known. I don't know why I didn't guess that. Sure, let's go." So luckily for Moraine, that is the only thing that Suan dreams about, is fishing in her sexy time shack. So she was of course there. So they go to sleep, and Moraine lies about what she saw in the rings. First of all, we went over these scenes, because they released them a few days ago. Moraine basically, I'm not sure what she thinks she saw in the rings, but it's not what we saw her see in the rings.
So, okay, to the point where, some people saying we're too negative. I think that it is within the realm of possibility that what we were supposed to take away from that scene was, again, the same thing with like Flicker in the books, where it starts getting to the whole like Rand just dies over and over and over again, the I win again, right? So it was focusing on the fact that at the end of every future that she saw, she gets killed by Lanfear and betrayed and all this stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean she didn't see other things in the visions. Right. The problem with that, and this is where, hey, I'll give them a possible out. The problem with that is that it shows, once again, the show only makes sense if you've read the books. And if you've read the books, the show makes no sense.
Yep. 100%.
Because you would never know that that's what that scene was doing, potentially, if you didn't know that the Flicker scene exists. And then if you know the Flicker scene exists and you've read the rest of the books, then it makes no sense.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And before we move on real quick, I think you already said it, but they've also, by doing what they did with Perrin, the Whitecloaks are completely validated in basically just killing a whole bunch of Two Rivers people, because they were attacked. They were attacked in the open in their camp, and in the night they snuck in and started trying to harm Whitecloaks. So the Whitecloaks are again justified in any action that they take, at least.
Yep.
Besides, but short of going in and just murdering everybody, going in and policing the area now is totally within their right. So,
well, also the women that they captured, who were previously just innocents, actually apparently are witches. They correctly identified and captured witches.
Oh boy. So we're not going to spend too much time on this scene. This scene is basically Moraine saying, if I die, everything's lost, but I have to die, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then of course we have a little, another like, this is another one of these scenes. They can't figure out what the fuck they want to do. So they go to have a kissy kiss, and Moraine pulls away and goes, "No, I don't. We broke what we had. It's broken." And then Suan's like, "Well, my name's Brigitte, and you're Gail Kane. So let's do that. And she's like, no, it's broken. And then she's like, maybe in another life. And then she's like, well, I'll find you in that other life. And then she's like, no, I'll find you. And then she's like, but I'll find you too. And then they start kissing.
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking?
This
it's
is
all nonsense.
This is the show. This is the show establishing that sometimes no means yes. I think that's the. I think that's the takeaway.
Literally in like not even a minute, literally in seconds, she goes from no, it's broken, but I'll love you forever in every life. It's like, well, I'll find you in that other life. And she's like, I'll find you too. Okay, I guess this is another life now. So let's start snogging. It's like, okay, I guess everything's better now because they said that they love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
So Egwene goes on her her tier adventure. So she is going around warping into people's dreams, I guess.
Yep. I did think of something here about this this dream sequence, right? So every single dream that she goes to, so Swan's dream, Swan and Moraine, they're in a relationship. Perrin's dream, Perrin and Fail, we're supposed to believe they're in a relationship. Elaine's dream is Elaine and Avienda, they're in a relationship. Rand is Rand and Lanfear, so they're getting it on, which means that this scene right here of Nynaeve with a young Egwene, is this establishing canonically that Nynaeve used to fool around with young Egwene? Is there a
yeah, I don't know that I want to go there.
Is this a Nynaeve as a minor attracted person? Is that too much? Is it too much?
I'm just. I'll be honest though. I was very concerned that she was going to push young Egwene off the bridge.
That is an interesting take. Kane brings up that I guess that is maybe I don't remember the actor that they had play the kid. That's probably a more correct take on this than my joke that I came up with at the last minute.
Your joke was good. Your joke was good. I like it.
So she's imagining her fake child to be Egwene, and that she's teaching her to hear the wind. Okay.
Yeah. So that's also the child that exploded, right? Yeah. Okay, got it. All right. So then we of course go to, of course it's great. Egwene's all smiles. She's like, yes. Oh, this is so wonderful. She's like my mother. Great. And then of course we go to next dream. We go to. Could you have guessed it? It's Pirate Elaine. Pirate Elaine is sailing the seven seas, free as a void, and of course, they are doing their best Titanic. Cuddling.
Yes, the answer is yes.
And Elaine is pregnant. Somehow.
Yeah.
That was the episode. Was it as especially bad? Yes, it is. Yes. All I can say is yes. Very, very, very boring. Very boring, and we move about an inch. We barely the plot moves like nowhere. It's crazy.
It's like the first 7 episodes of last season where basically nothing happened, and then they left the entire plot of 2 books to try and shove into 1 episode. This was another one of those. It just didn't have Leandrin. The reason that this episode is maybe better than some from last season is that it didn't have any Leandrin.
It's true. It is true. But yeah, so we have Elaine and Avienda are snogging away on a boat instead of Elaine dreaming of Rand. Dreaming of Avienda. There you go. On a boat, because Avienda loves boats.
Also,
and water.
Really weird creep status for Egwene here. She's basically just creeping on all the people and their significant others. Just kind of, just like nice, and she has a little smile on her face. It's like, okay, peeping Tom.
Oh, you talking? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she's just creeping back there. Yeah, I didn't see her from. Yeah. Okay. Um, and then we go to what's the next one? So then we go to.
Parent.
Oh, this is Matt with his sisters.
Oh, I
That's
forgot about this scene.
Matt's whole. Matt's the only thing good about Matt is his sisters. That's it. And it is fun. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or ironic. That Matt is dreaming about his mom when his mom just died by horrendous means.
I think it's
just
supposed to be sad.
She
It's
just got
supposed to be
toasted.
like, oh,
Yeah, she just got toasted like a marshmallow, and yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so that there you go, and then let's see, what's after that? Oh, then we get the funniest scene, which is her saying she's proud of Matt. Oh, sorry. What is dude? Look at his neck. Fuck off. Do you see that? Why is there a better Hornevalier fucking chain on his neck than actual Hornevalier in the show? See, this is the shit.
Wow.
This is the shit that he does on purpose. That is on purpose. That is a fucking poke at all of us for being like, why is the Hornevalier such shit? That's exactly what it is.
Wow. I hadn't noticed that until you paused on it. That is wow.
That is a total rubbing our face in. See, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I know what the Hornevalier is supposed to look like, but fuck you. Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I going too far there? I don't think I am. I think
I don't think so.
that's fucking bullshit. Fuck it, and that's and you know what sucks is the reaction I have to it, and probably the reaction everybody else has to it, is exactly what he wants, because he's a piece of shit. It's fucking crazy.
I you know what's funny is when you first like, what's that around his neck? I assumed that it would be a fox head medallion, and I was going to get pissed about it. Yeah. But that's even worse. It's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse because like, oh, this is what the Hornevalier should have looked like. I'm going to put it on his neck in a fucking throwaway scene just to show you that, just to poke at you and show, hey, I know what it's supposed to be, but I didn't fucking do it, so fuck you. Yeah. It's a complete fuck you. It's a complete fuck you to anybody that wants any attention to detail. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Sorry. So then we get to I think the funniest scene. Like, oh, also we get I don't even know if this is supposed to be a dagger. Is it just a dagger?
It's a dagger, yeah. And then he starts showing off Two Rivers blacksmithing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We can't go back to this.
I didn't mean to go back to that. It was a misclick. Sorry. That was a total misclick. Okay, yeah. So this Two Rivers work. So then we get back to, remember the scenes we were like, oh, well, finally parent at least picks up his axe off the ground to use it. And well, it turns out that he's forging in his dreams. So Parent still has not forged a single thing in real life. He is forging a blade in his dream.
An axe blade, yeah.
An axe blade in his dream, with Hopper jumping around, and Perrin, of course, not noticing Egwene in a dream at all, even though Perrin at this point should be probably better than her in Tar, or at least exploring Tar the same as her.
Yep.
So no recognition.
Total.
Yep. Go ahead.
Total missed opportunity there. That again, if your actual intent was what they say it is, which is they're trying to develop all of the characters, right? Then Perrin's dream should have been different than everyone else's. She should have been the totally unobserved observer in all of the other ones, because she's in control and they're just doing their own thing. Perrin should have noticed her. That, like, a tiny little thing that is so obvious that should have been the way that this was done, to establish that Perrin's dreams are not the same as everyone else's. Also, Fail being in the dream is stupid as shit.
Yes. Like what? Egwene doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
Like, hey. Egwene's like, who's this wench? And why is there a coyote here?
Why is there a dog here?
Oh well, at least she is sort of like, at least she is giving the facial recognition of who is this chick. So I will give her that. We then go to the best scene in the whole episode. She decides to go creep on Rand because she's now an expert and she can go wherever she wants because she is now
This
a
is
dream
the tagline.
expert. So
this is the tagline of her finding out Rand's dark secret.
So she sees Rand is at the place where they were on the hill before, and you're like, man, Rand's legs are quite far apart there. What is happening here?
You dirty dog.
And then Egwene's like, wait a second, this is weird. Why does he have an extra leg hanging off the cliff there? What is happening? What? Rand's hand looks awful feminine. What is happening here?
Something that should be noticed. Can you hit the back 10 seconds little thing there?
Yeah.
All right. There? So play it again. Play it until the hand pops up.
All right. We'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't screw me over here. Right here.
Oh, a little farther. Okay, right there. Bam. Okay. Thumb on the bottom.
Yep.
So think of mechanically how you have a hand reach up that way. It's reaching behind the back, right? And then look at the next shot.
All right, here we go.
So when we see her full body, right?
Okay, I'll keep going.
She goes, bam. So the only way to have the hand like that in the first place is that she's facing the same way as Rand with her arm up behind him. So she's like sitting on his lap and then just like teleports, turns around. I get it that it's the dream, but it's just one of those things that like,
it's awkward.
It's really awkward. It's just awkward ass shit. Like, why did you film it that way? Just have the hand come up the same direction. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. So she's like, oh yeah, Rand is thinking of me. Meanwhile, he's getting a blowy.
You know what? This one is a great comment here. There you go. Kneel for the Lord Dragon. Oh, Lanfear, you dirty, dirty girl.
Kneel for the Lord Dragon. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. New prediction. Egwene is so mad she leaves the waste and goes to the tower, conducts a coup against Suwan, and becomes an Amyrlin. There you go. I like that. I said it before and we'll say it again. Rafe is a dark friend. Yep, 100%. But we're mad, bro. We're mad. She's twisted.
Let's see the dirty look she gives Egwene here. That was a good. Bam. You know what? We've said this before that the actress playing Lanfear is doing a good job. She's not playing book Lanfear, and like I'll continue to have my complaints there.
Yeah.
But she, and I said this when she got cast, is actually a really good actress.
Yes.
She is working the like that look right there, staring into Egwene's soul as she rides her man. Hilarious.
She is a very good actress. Well, look, we've said that about a lot of the cast. I think there's a lot of talented actors and actresses. They're just given shit to work with.
I don't know how this actress, I don't know how she saw season 1 and was like, I'll agree to be in this show.
Well, Peaky Blinders ended, so she might have needed something. So, that's possible. Because I know that's what she was doing. I don't know that I can. I don't know about Leandrin there. I'll agree with their parts. Lanfear does okay, but it's not really Lanfear. But Leandrin, I can't get by the part that she's still around. But yeah. So Do you want to real quick? We can play through it without pausing the previous, and then we can end on that. Does that sound good?
All right.
Coming. We'll do it real quick. We'll rip the Band-Aid off, and we'll get the and then we'll. I'll probably be back later today, guys, to go over it with somebody. I'll find some other peeps to go over it with. Maybe I can get Will or somebody to pop in here too. This is I like we can keep doing this if you want to. I'll do it next week too if you're around.
If I'm free, yeah. While you're pulling this up, the crazy thing to me about this is that like, so we just watched the episode, and then we talked through the episode, and I still like kind of struggle to really think of what actually happened in this episode. Like so little of consequence, so much just kind of boring filler.
Yep.
That it's kind of wild.
Look at how look how dark it is again. Like it just starts dark.
Can't see anything.
I can't see shit.
Is that Rand?
That's Rand. That's Joshua. Yeah, okay. That's Rand. All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, I gotta turn the hold on. I gotta turn the music on here. Or the sound.
Oh, Egwene's gonna confront him. Oh, good. We're gonna have more of the will they, won't they. Oh, good.
We're gonna get the drama. We gotta get the drama. We gotta get the drama. Because like up until here, it's like, okay, is he being compulsed? Is he not being compulsed? I guess maybe there's still the chance that he is not fully within his own meaning, right? So here we go. Egwene.
We're here to find the Black Aja. More importantly, the collar.
Hold on. Okay, I need to go back because I couldn't hear what the fuck.
We're here to find the Black Aja. More importantly, the collar.
More importantly, the collar.
I forgot they knew about the domination band.
Yeah. She is immediately an expert. Well, 100%. Yeah. Are you around later today, dude? Let me know, dude. Let me know.
My cabal are loyal to me.
My cabal are loyal to me. Oh wow, that's a great shot. Hold on.
So this is gonna be.
Hold on.
This is gonna be Liandrin pledging herself to Moghedien.
I think that's Moghedien. That looks like a man foot. I think that's gonna be Raven. Maybe. You might be right though. All right, here we go.
Me and I am loyal to you.
Oh, it's Lanfear.
Lanfear. Okay.
This is Moghedien. Did she just
spitting in the food? Hilarious. Okay, fine.
Wow, that's not beneath her or anything. All right, sorry. I said I was going to stop pausing. Here we go.
But have you got any jewelry? Like a little collar?
Oh, fuck
Very
off.
subtle.
What do you want?
You met a beautiful woman. Dark hair with white stripe running through it. Go on. Dig harder. Search further.
Right.
Did you find anything? We know where Leandrin's staying. It's just the city.
What?
Do you think it's what made her who she is?
Who
of
was
course,
that?
No one can be evil because they're evil. It's all Leandrin is only this because the city made her what she is. It's the city's fault, guys.
Dude,
it's the city's fault.
Dude, it's good. I don't know. I don't mind that at all, dude. Just let me. We'll talk, dude. Sometimes you get your best thoughts driving. Sometimes, right? So, that is wild. Like that. It's going. So we are. This was episode 5, right? We're about to go into episode 6. So we're gonna have episode 6, 7, and 8. We're gonna have 3 more until this show is canceled. Episode 6 is going to be all fucking Leandrin. It's going to be Leandrin. Flashback is going to be girls in Tanchico doing fucking partying. And, oh, did you see a collar that's not a collar because it's actually a band? We're looking for the wrong fucking thing. Sorry. Like they don't even know it's a collar. All they know is it's a band right now, right?
I'm gonna say that there's also going to be the Egwene confronting Rand, putting him in his place.
They're going to have the struggle session. Yeah, they're going to have a struggle session. You're right. Yeah.
It's probably going to it's probably going to be interrupted by Moraine, who's going to find out that Lanfear has been visiting Rand's dreams. She's going to girl boss him and put him in his place. You know, there's going to be stuff where Rand is just all of the women in the entire Aiel Waste come and just shit on him, right?
Yep.
And then there will be some stuff in the White Tower. We will get more, probably the immediate fallout of the Elida being healed sort of scene.
Maybe. Yeah,
but it won't take us to the coup. We won't get to the coup.
No, I think you're right. Wait, so are Min and Elaine also going to hook up? Sure, why not? Why not? Did you see what? Yes, I already. Yes, we talked about Avienda and Kalendor weeks ago.
Yep.
Yes, we have. I think I was actually the first. Like not like we were talking to Amber about it when she first came on. I am pretty sure I am the first one that pointed out that Avienda has Kalendor. But you know, it's good. No, it's fine. I say the same thing. It's just funny. Plus, I don't know that you had found the channel yet. So if you go back, there's a few streams where we were talking about it. But it's wild. It's wild, and I think I'll say the same thing. I'll say the same thing I said to Amber. Is it's one of those things that when we find and get to the same we recognize the same thing, but we don't know the other has recognized it, and then we start discussing it. It's interesting that we've both been able to come to that same conclusion, not knowing the other had done that, right? So, Kalendor, it's wild. Not only does she have Kalendor, but she has Rand's fiery sword. It's wild. It's wild. So she's just stealing all of Rand's moments. So, yep. So, pretty fucking wild. Yeah, nuts. Either Amanda or Staplebo need to change their avatar. This is confusing.
That's a good point.
So, but any parting words before we take off for the day?
No,
for now.
I think that similar to the next time on the Wheel of Prime. So when we watched it on episode 4, we knew that this episode was going to be bad. Yep. I think we know the next episode is going to be bad. You're 100% right to be like, hey, episode 6 of a 8-episode season of the final season of this show, and we are nowhere near the actual 2 major resolutions that are supposed to happen in this book. That we were told by Rafe Judkins that this season was going to be mostly the Shadow Rising, and the 2 major resolutions are the cleansing of the Shire, if you will. So the 2 rivers, getting rid of the Trollocs and Pad and Fane and the Whitecloaks and all that stuff, right? Perrin's sort of rise to Lord Goldeneyes. Yep. And then we're going to have Rand having to, unify the Aiel, reign in the desert, all that stuff, right?
Yep.
So basically, we're going to have 2 episodes. We have 2 hours of time available to do all of that stuff in episode 7 and episode 8, which is going to be an absolute clusterfuck. There's no way they pull that off in anything better than episode 8 of season 2. How big of a clusterfuck that was, how much it made 0 sense, people teleporting all over the place because, oh shit, they need to be here now. Like, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
It's going to be fucking wild. So I'll probably be back in some form later today. If anybody knows, or if anybody happens to know, I may go looking for it. Where that clip of me talking about basically freaking out about Kalendor, because if I remember, it's basically a freak out. I lose my mind when we realize that it's Kalendor. If anybody remembers what stream that was in, so send me a message on Discord or something. Because maybe I'll go clip it, just because the more eyes we get on that it's ridiculous that Avienda has not only got Kalendor, but Rand's fire sword, the better, because it just shows how ridiculous this fucking show is. So, I think there were a few of them, Amanda. So if you find it, if you're in the Discord and you find it, shoot me a DM, because I'll clip it. But like I said, it's great. I find it very interesting that people come to the same conclusion without knowing the others. It's great. It's cool. Yeah. So very good. Thank you all for being here. And hopefully we can do it again on episode 6. We can keep on that hate train, and unfortunately we can't get off because they won't let us. So put something good on TV, and we won't have to be on the hate train. So it's not our fault.
Now the hate train ends in 3 episodes, man.
That's true. It's the city's fault. It's not our fault. We're like Leandrin. It's not our fault. It's the city's fault. Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you all for being here, and we will catch you very, very soon for something else. Have a good night, or day. Have a great day wherever you are, and we will see you in some form very soon. Bye. This stream is brought to you by. Have you ever been misunderstood? A puppy in a rage monster's body? Well, we here at Trollocs Lives Matter believe there is a human inside all of us, and
They were effectively genetically engineered war tools.
TLM, because even
Nightmare fuel.